What's up, everybody? Welcome to Risk of Resources Loadout Races of the Day. I'm Race. I'm here with Cap. Hello.
What's up, chat? How's it going?
And we have a race for you guys today. Oh, Limu is unmuted for me. All right, now we're good. Let's check out the stuff. Let's check out the website. Let's see what's good today.
Oh yeah.
So, first of all, the racers today. We have Cranidos, we have Gamerhost, and we have Limu today. This is a very interesting race today because if anyone has looked at the elo sheets, these are kind of our underdogs and they're kind of like right all near each other on the elo bracket. So this should be really interesting. For the loadouts today, we have Artie with Flamethrower. We have Captain, a resupply hack, which should be interesting actually. No Diablo,
Orbital
unfortunately.
strike. Yeah.
Yeah. We have the Marksman Railgunner, which I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't know if we have either.
Mm,
It's an interesting one. It can have some pretty
yeah.
cool like syringe builds, probably even stronger than like a commando proc build would be. But
Oh yeah.
getting that build is a little tough.
Agreed. And then we have melee poison acrid. Thank God.
Oh yeah.
Jesus. So honestly, not a bad day today though. All these loadouts seem pretty comfy. I mean, flamethrower can mess you up a little bit because they do need a pillar skip. But other than
They'll
that,
actually have to fight Mythrix with Captain since they don't have Diablo.
that's true.
So they got to find mobility there. Maybe a feather. Hopefully a feather. And we're starting actually.
Yeah, they're
Limu and
jumping in.
Cran going at it.
It is time. It seems like
Siphon
host is a
Forest
little
stage
bit
one.
late. Yep. All right. So Siphon Forest, we have Aqueduct, so we should be able to see bans here. Although I will say Artie is a little bit tougher on moving pots, so we'll cross
Yep.
that bridge when
A
we get
little
to
bit.
it. But and
But at least they
then
have a really consistent band procker with the Ice Spear, which is
oh
really
yeah,
nice.
very good. And then Sulfur Pools and Grove, which you know, it
Yeah.
it's fine. You know,
Look at some good equipment options in Sulfur Pools at least.
yeah.
A lot of try shops there for equipment.
I think these days, as much as I like RPD, like normally, and it does have good boss items. I really don't like how it doesn't have equipment try shops, because to me that's like
Yeah.
what really can make a run. And then you have the TC drones, and then the
And the Shrine of Order.
Shrine of Orders and stuff. I still think,
Yeah.
obviously, if you're looking to win, Scorch Acres is your best bet. But honestly, because I don't know, because like you have good bosses, right, in RPD and Scorch Acres, and you have like all the tri
Yep.
shops in Sulfur Pools and Scorch Acres, and it's just like
Yep.
that Venn diagram of like what do you want, you know?
At
Gotta
least might
go
as well
find it.
have the equipment try shops on Scorched Acres with good boss. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that is the preferred. I do think Creon can be extremely impactful if used right. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe we'll see them try to go for a Preon sometime today. We do have RPD coming up on, I believe it was Captain. And I think also Acrid as maybe. I don't remember. Let me actually pull up the stuff.
Yeah,
Yep,
maybe.
Captain and Acrid for Preon.
Mm-hmm. Interesting though.
We have a Void Cradle on this stage. They probably won't open that until after TP, I would think.
How far away is it from
Try to be a little
teleporter?
conservative.
I didn't see it.
I don't know. It's right next to host though. I think it was kind of near spawn, just on the other side of that big trunk.
Yeah, the music was up from last time. Forgot. My bad.
There's actually, oh my god. Okay, so
Bloom.
Limu just dropped a what the fuck is it called? A bloom.
A bloom.
Is anyone gonna take that? There's two void cradles then. That's the second void cradle we've seen. Hmm.
Oh,
On
I
the
think.
first loadout,
Listen,
uh,
listen. I think if anyone's gonna do it here, it's gonna be host.
he does love his bloom. We also have a one
He,
guess out of the second void cradle that Crane
if
just
he
got.
sees it, I think he's taking it. Honestly.
He might. I mean, it's cool. Like it's a gamble. It's like you pick it up knowing that you might just lose the entire run because you get 10 Wake of Vultures and 11 Smile Masks, but I don't
Yeah.
know. It's pretty cool. The potential to get like ICBM with a Plasma Shrimp is pretty sick. And I don't really know if they can use too many other reds. Like stompers would be good, but they need some sort of way to get up because they don't have ion surge. They have flamethrower.
which is painful.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe
Um,
we get a flamethrower build going today.
it's gonna be hard because you really do need a lot of items for it to
Yeah.
start kind of getting there. I think the best they could probably hope for with Bloom is probably just like a drone man. So I don't
Yep.
know.
That's an easy one. The default too.
Yeah, you don't really need any other items. Just pick up drones. Like,
An afterburner would be really nice just for survivability. A lot more ice walls.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, drone man is probably the prime suspect for this run at least. At stompers, they'd still again have to find something to help them out with. Get bans as well.
I mean, they do have bans up ahead though.
True. Free
But I
bans coming
mean,
up.
if they took Bloom, then they wouldn't have them anymore. So,
Yeah.
so
Oh god. I want someone to take it. I don't think anyone legitimately should because this is a
I
pretty
agree.
manageable
I
loadout
agree.
and I
This
don't
is one
know.
of those ones that feels like needs items, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're
Like
playing
you're gonna be
Acrid
slow on
or
Artie with no
Loader or
ion surge.
something, like it's
Yeah.
different, but I don't know.
Yeah, having no speed with no way, no mobility skill is brutal on any survivor.
It's tough. Oh, Limu's dead. Limu died
Oh,
twice.
shit. Well,
Well,
I mean, at this point, Limu should just take the bloom
he should take the Bloom. All
because
right, we're starting off really strong. I think
yeah.
one of our racers today that's not competing said he's doing a drinking game with a friend. Every
Oh
+5
yeah.
he's taking a shot. He's gonna die, I think, by the
Yes,
end of
two
this.
shots. Okay. Yeah, that'll be interesting. So yeah, Limu with two deaths already. I think honestly, you can't assume that people are gonna have two deaths on stage one teleporter. I feel like this is a pretty manageable loadout to survive. So I think at this point you really got to try to differ your run from the other two, and I think Bloom is probably the way to bail him out of anything.
Unfortunately, I agree.
And we'll see. I mean, it means he doesn't need to spend time getting free bans if he does take Bloom because he can assume that he'll lose them anyways.
Hmm.
So maybe that'll cut some time off and allow him to really progress with potentially good items. We'll see
Hmm.
though.
I mean, I don't know. It's
Oh, he's
tough
looking like
either
he's
way.
struggling. Oh, that's another
Plus
+5 from Limu.
5. He's at a
Ooh,
21-minute stage 1 right now.
yeah.
Chat room.
I think that's the longest stage one we've seen. Maybe has
I mean, in
anyone?
terms of in-game
We've
time,
probably had worse, to be honest.
I don't know. I
Lim
don't
was
know.
still struggling. Finished the boss. Finally got the neural.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, we're getting
Okay.
there. Capacitor for Crayon, bottom right. That's actually pretty good,
Ooh.
especially going into Aqueduct next. Like he's really gonna
Yeah,
want
getting
the
bans
bans
coming up.
now. Like
Yeah.
obviously Artie Ice Sphere is really good with bans as is, but the capacitor is a lot more damage. So
Capacitor's capacitor.
yeah,
You don't have to aim. You just fucking press the
click.
button.
Boop.
Yeah. Looks like host is leaving. I don't
I,
know if he
I think he
found
just
the
saw it,
bloom.
like
Okay, yeah, he's
right
going to
through
it.
the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see if he
Oh,
takes
let's
it. I'm
see it.
interested. He's thinking
And
about it.
host
He's
is
not
thinking
saying
no
no. He
one
took it.
died.
He took
Yep,
it.
he took it.
There it is.
So host is thinking that no one died. He's gonna be the only one to take the bloom, and now he's on the different track. But
All right.
Limu should take the bloom. I don't know if he will though. I'm still curious about that. Host is on stage two though.
Host got ceremonial daggers, infusion,
Okay,
and stealth kit. There is a Gorse home printer at the very start of stage 2, which everyone should
easy.
probably take one of those
Yep,
if they have a
nice.
green. I think they all have the squid. No, Crane doesn't yet.
Not too bad because at this point, host is in the game where he needs to get more items so he
Yeah,
can just convert more shit and try to keep his good items that he does find.
agree.
So he's gonna try to loot a little bit more with those double gorge tome is really good. And he has all the AoE that he
Ooh,
really needs for the entire run with that
save for
ceremonial daggers that he
spaces.
got. Really good as
So
well.
he has a guaranteed, like, a good defensive mechanism the whole run that can't be taken by Bloom, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really nice. I do
Okay.
wonder if host goes for the free bans now, because we were saying it earlier with Limu, like you probably don't need to since you probably should assume that you're not going to keep your bans,
Looks like he's
but
destroying
maybe it'll
every
be
pot
worth it.
on purpose.
Yeah,
So
we'll see.
he's just
Cran with
spawning daggers with
double
them.
Wungus, same with Limu going into stage 2, so a little more healing on their end.
Mm-hmm.
Not really anything too impactful. Host didn't find the AP round actually from stage 1.
Either
That
he
could.
did and it turned into infusion,
Oh,
or
true.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it might have. Probably would have turned into. Well, it had to turn into a damage item,
Oh yeah, maybe
right?
he didn't find it then. Actually, because he had a stealth kit and infusion.
Yeah. So I guess he just didn't find it. Okay.
The way Bloom works, by the way, chat room, is it tries to keep the category the same when uh, transcending items, right? So if an item is a damage item, it'll try to be a damage red or something, right? The
Yep.
problem is with Bloom, right, is that some items exist in both categories. So if you have like a damage utility item, like let's say you had a damage utility white item, it could go utility and then it could go into like a utility red. So you have this item where you thought it was kind of like damage, but then it kind of just, you know, it flipped
Yep.
on you
It's
completely. So
like you can get your bands converted into Nukanas. So
yeah.
that's cool.
Or a heal
Cran
utility, exactly.
Cran's the only one who found the capacitor. That's actually huge. If Cran plays this safe, he's looking really good, honestly. He doesn't have to gamble the Bloom RNG that host has to. He doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have any deaths like Limu has. He's looking honestly really solid, really good build so far, really well rounded.
If I mean obviously, like you said, we don't know how host run is gonna turn out, right? There's no way to
Yeah.
even pretend like we know what's gonna happen. But I really do like Kran's run, yeah. If he does bans like oh, he has another band of a large chest right there near the
Ooh,
Gortone printer, which I don't know if
and
anyone
that's
else
actually an
got.
interesting one because it's right next to spawn. So
I don't think anyone's gonna
host
go back
going
for
all
it.
the way back, I don't know
Yeah.
if he will. He does have all of those Gore's tomes. He has so much money after the teleporter. Host is going quick though. He did really zoom on this second stage. He went right for teleporter, finished it off, has a shit ton of money because he got those Gore's tomes early on.
Mm-hmm.
Really efficient looting by host so far.
There's also some interesting stuff you can do with Bloom as well, with scrappers and everything. So when I was playing Bloom runs, I found that I really
Oh
didn't
yeah.
like any healing items, like any healing items, because they'll all just turn into like rejuvenation racks and Aegises and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, I don't want it. So what you can do is you can scrap everything. And even if you can't find a printer that's like of a utility or damage type, even just having the scrap just lessens the chance of that item becoming a healing item because it rolls into any of the
Yep.
three categories. So that's what I'm kind of hoping that host does moving forward a little bit. If he gets like a healing type item, like try to get rid of it if you can, because it will
If they
help
don't
his
need it,
amount.
which they don't need it because they all
Yeah,
have
Wungus. Yeah,
Wungus. Yeah. And safer
which is great.
spaces. Yeah, they're Lima hasn't gotten the safer spaces yet. I assume he will go back for it. Maybe he didn't see the cradle though, because it was kind of in that
We'll
little
see.
ditch at spawn.
He probably, I don't know. It's tough to say how much he should loot because 15 minutes behind is a ton,
Yeah,
right?
it is a ton.
But if he goes too
Host,
fast here, then he's just cementing the fact that he's never going to catch up, right? So,
yeah, he needs items to accelerate at this point.
headset for
And host
host
getting headset. Yep.
and
And for
meat
his
hook.
band is gone that he just got from spawn,
Yeah.
which unfortunate, but still like again, like he has all the AoE he needs.
Hmm.
Even just jumping off from a higher point on the stage, getting a stomp in.
This is really interesting, actually.
Sulfur Pools stage 3. So maybe we can see some equipment try shops. So far we haven't seen any, I don't believe, just normal white try shops. Host
Void
didn't find
Bane
any equipment
incoming.
so far.
Yeah, I mean, if host sees Void Bane, he probably will take it. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It's a solid option with Bloom.
do a
Should we
Bloom
have a
Gamba.
gamble?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's your job, so
A Bloom Gamba.
a Blamba.
Blamba? Or,
Sounds like something Dan would say.
yeah, I don't want to
I'm
say that.
taking it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like I don't see any equipment try shops on this map right now, though. Honestly, it just looks like some normal ones. Oh, there is an equipment barrel right next to host, so let's see. Because he doesn't have an equipment yet at all. So let's
Those
see.
Gorse
First
tomes are so
equipment for
clutch for
host.
him.
Oh, yeah. I hope he can keep them. Another
Ooh,
capacitor. All right, well.
nice. So now he's not really in the unfavorable position that he was in before, missing the capacitor.
All
Really
right,
good.
Cran has a really tough button here at the flower. Let's see what he can do. Again, Artie is oh, that was a little bit too much, Cran. Oh, he
Ooh,
has a
too much
backup.
heat.
This one you have to be very, very careful. If you push the pot a little bit too far like that, it's gone, and you can't really take it back. Unless you get a kickflip up the side, but that's kind of
Yeah,
hard to do
there's a way
too.
to recover it, but in a race, you just gotta bail on it at that point. It's not worth the time.
He's got to go in with a steady hand. No, 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 no. Oh, you're scaring me.
Nice
I
and
don't
easy. Nice and easy.
like. You want
Little
to go
taps.
like a tiny, like tap your W key, very soft, 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 soft. He's kind of
Yep.
like running at it, dude. Scaring me. House just found another red actually, just on the stage. It's an interstellar
A
desk
desk
plant.
plant.
Yeah.
Sick. I mean, host should survive. That's all we know. He should
House should
survive.
survive.
We'll see if his damage will hold enough during the Mythrix fight. All right, chat. Gamble up. ICBM from Bloom on stage 6. So if an ICBM pops up on stage 6, gamble.
That's a very specific gamble.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
believers will be bathing in resources
They'll
if
be
they win.
feasting, dude.
Yeah. Limu found a vase. That's a pillar skip. Stage
Oh,
2.
dude, look at this. Limu got the buttons. Does Cran know that the other button is like on the tree side? He can't get bans now if he doesn't kickflip up the ramp with the pot, so he
Oh,
should just have
man.
to leave. That is
Oh, that's
really,
unfortunate.
really unfortunate for
And Limu
Cran.
got it. Yep. So Limu has 2 bans going into stage 3 that he will have. He also has a pillar skip, which if the other two don't find a pillar skip, that could save him, honestly, maybe one of his +5s.
Yeah,
This will be
it
interesting.
could. He's going for the saver spaces as well here, so good job.
Nice. Good.
Looks like Crane is out. He's picking up the Gorse homes a little bit earlier than he
Ah,
should have, and they just kind of
it's
wasted him.
extending his duration on
You
that
can
stage
see
too.
his little avatar
Yep.
deflate when he did
Just
it.
fully deflated, eyes closed, like, oh man. The life just sucked out of him.
Oh man.
That was funny.
uh, it
But
looks
yeah, even
like
the Limu with the 3+5s, that vase I think is really important. And it seems like the other two just completely missed out on it.
hmm the stage 3 teleporter gave everyone an ignition tank. Host is probably going to lose it,
Ooh.
but the other two do have
Yeah.
flamethrower, so hey, it's going to be good for them at
This
least
is
if they
where the
can.
bloom is such a gamble.
Yeah.
If you have a really good run and you get a bloom, it's not a good run anymore. All those
I mean,
bans, ignition tanks, maybe a
yeah.
feather pops up,
You lose
all
all the
can be
things that
just
you
taken
want,
away.
so
Yeah. But hey, you got to gamble to get these wins sometimes. And I always like to see a bloom being picked up, even though
it's
it's
interesting for the
rough.
races.
It is very interesting.
Just
Yeah.
don't make me pick it up ever again. Thanks.
Yeah. You'll pick up Lunars before you'll pick up another bloom.
True. All right, so host got 3 soulbound catalysts from his Gore's home. He got a
Jesus.
happy mask and a razor wire.
I
So
mean,
what did he
capacitors
lose
popping
with
off.
the shipping request form? Interesting. I think because he spawned into this stage and then the shipping request form turned into the happy mask, he might still have the shipping request form on the
Hmm.
stage. If
Yeah, it's
I
interesting.
remember,
Is that it right there? Yeah, it is right there.
yeah.
Oh, it's going
So
to it right now. Nice.
that's kind of lucky on that front, I guess.
Yeah. Still get the
I
benefits on the next stage.
I remember I was kind of like trying to bait those situations out with like keys and stuff and whatever, and then
Hmm.
just hoping I get another key on the stage. Like,
Post damage is not looking too hot. He did a full capacitor shot on the Titan and only got like maybe a quarter of his health down.
well, let's look at
So
his
we really
damage,
gotta.
right? He has one
It's
watch.
nothing.
All right. So
Stompers, if he can, he still has the ignition tank. That's really good, actually. His flamethrower is actually going to be his main source of damage right now, probably.
the wiki's having
Which
a field
is,
day.
yeah, the wiki is fucking popping champagne right now.
Yeah, when you have no other damage items, I guess so.
They believe. They believe. Limu just getting to stage 3. Let's see what he can do. I
Honestly,
still
I
think if
it's gonna
hosts
be rough,
build,
but
yeah,
Limu does have a shred of a chance to come back here. There's an
he
ATG for
does.
host on Grove, somewhere near the middle area. Everyone wants to get that. That's very good for Artie. Um,
You know what's funny is
mm,
Limu's build is actually the strongest out of all 3 of theirs.
oh, absolutely.
Probably. He has the pillar skip. He's the only one who got the free bans from Goo Lake from Abandoned Aqueduct. He has the safer spaces, double AP rounds, double Wungus. Like he has all the survivability. He has really good damage. It's literally just the 3+5 stage 1 that was really holding him back.
3 stage 1.
It's rough.
It hurts. Just shaking out the plus fives early, you know what I mean? You gotta
Yeah. Get them all out on
that's
the
all.
first run, whatever. Come back on the next 3. Which that's again the beauty of this whole setup is you
Oh
can
yeah.
completely shit the bed stage or on the first loadout and be totally fine to
Oh
secure
yeah.
the victory.
Just be better.
Yep. Get into that mindset of really just trying to not die. And that alone can, I mean, just look at Cran. Like he's just not dying and he has
Yeah.
a really good build. He has
He's
no
doing great.
deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Ignition tank banned.
He's
Capacitor.
he's not that far off of where Limu is. Obviously, we like a
Yeah.
lot of the things that Limu has, but you know,
Yep.
plus 15.
And host hitting stage 4 teleporter now. Dune Striders.
House kind of
I've
worries me here because he's going quick because he has Bloom and he has like all this stuff, but it's it's taking away so much of the multiplicative aspect of like a run that he just messed up his
ooh,
stomp.
yeah, wasted his stompers.
Ugh. That makes runs like uniquely powerful. So he's just kind of I mean, he's doing the big gamble, obviously, but
This is a brute force build on host part right now.
mm-hmm. Like as
He's getting it
jellyfish
done.
have been like, attacking him and assaulting him, he's hasn't even been able to kill the jellyfish or anything because they have too much health, right? So he's
Yeah.
really looking for something like a behemoth or something would be great right now for him, but how did he not get frozen? What?
Saver
Oh, the saver
spaces.
spaces. Oh, sorry. I was like, I thought it was broken.
You
I guess I just
fucking
wasn't
larva.
looking.
I'm getting anxious looking at all this.
What's with you and larva, man?
I feel like I've been better, but probably not.
You're insane.
I've been playing loaders, so it's easy. You just hold M1 and you're chilling. But Huntress as well. Press M2, dash around.
The
But on
crutch.
these loadouts, it's like, ugh, get some AoE, please. Yeah, I'm a landloader officially.
Dude, never thought this day would come.
Yeah, right.
I'm actually looking at the new screen.
Ooh,
He's having a little bit tougher of a time than I thought he was. I thought, it'd be fine. I guess like it's fine, but
yeah,
with
he's
so
getting
many
it
enemies
done.
down there,
There's
like he's not
another
gonna die here.
ATG
But
from stage 4 teleporter. So if
oh
they
man,
miss the try shop
Whew.
ATG, they still get one for free, at least.
This is good. I mean, dude, looking at Cran right now, obviously. And did anyone else go into the speed printer stage 3? I didn't even know there was one.
I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think so. It's just Cran so far. He's scrapped
M-
in everything for it.
Maybe Limu
Cran,
has seen it. I'm not sure, but there's a scrapper right there next to TP,
yeah. Oh,
and
easy. Yeah.
Cran got a few. He only got two, which is actually surprising. I feel like,
Post blind printing focus crystals, which he has stompers. He
yeah.
has ignition flamethrower, which can be good if he keeps ignition tank.
Mm-hmm. If I mean, we'll see.
If, yeah.
If
Looks like Lima's gonna scrap as well for a little bit of speed. Try to
The
keep that
thing
survivability up.
the thing about Bloom, right? It's a percentage game as well. And looking at his items, because you only lose 3 items a stage, I say lose. 3 of your items get changed.
Transform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ascended. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that means that looking at his build, if you subtract the voids, if you subtract the boss items and the reds, how many different stacks of items does he have here? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So a third of all of his available items will get transferred almost a fourth. Um,
Yep.
so it's tough. You want to get a ton of items, ton and ton and ton, as much as you can.
Mm.
Uh,
No good transforms on this stage. Host
you got
going into stage 5 now.
a rose buckler. He kept his ATGs. He lost
Good.
his
Ignition tank
speed.
still there.
Okay.
Still has the
Looking
watch
at
as well.
Cran's screen, he has 2 Void Touch Dune
Oh, he's bull
Striders to
rugging.
deal with.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a bull
Uh,
rug moment right there. He has the Void Reavers though. If he gets a Void
that's what
Reaver,
he's trying to do right now.
delete. Yeah.
He's
This
got
should
it. He's
be
got
an easy
one.
1 kill. Yeah, nice.
And the other one is pretty low up top. You just got to make sure he does not get hit by that. If he does, he's out.
Yeah.
So
At least the Clay Dune Strider doesn't have as strong base damage as like Stone Titans. Stone Titan, Void
dude,
Touch Stone
it's
Titans
crazy.
are actually insane. If you get touched by that laser, you can just
1
assume you're dead.
pixel. Yeah, it's over.
Which is pretty funny. I enjoy how scary they can be and how much
Mm-hmm.
you really want to avoid it.
It's funny because like you look at their damage and you're like, oh, like no big deal. It's
They're
just
fine.
that their base damage is so high, and then it's just
Yeah.
lowered for like the laser hits. The attack
Yep.
itself. There's other saber spaces on stage 5 next to the teleporter. Not that anyone really needs it, but
I think Host is really gonna struggle on this teleporter.
if he
The
keeps
Solus,
his ATGs for
this is tough.
Mythrix, he'll have a chance. If he doesn't, we're looking at like a 30-minute Mythrix fight or something, man. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be horrible.
The issue with the Solus spawning for Host here is he has no speed, and the little ground AoE attack that the Solus control units do slow you down. So
Hmm.
he's going to be even slower trying to get out of those. And on top of that, the Solus control units also spawn those Solus probes, which can be honestly pretty brutal if you can't really handle them too much.
He's got a rose
So we'll
buckler though,
see if he
so
can
they're not gonna do
survive.
too
Yeah,
much
he has Saber
damage.
Spaces, Wungus as well.
Yeah,
Hopefully he's fine. He has the ceremonial daggers as well, the Kaggers. Hopefully get him through this.
we will
But
see.
no real massive damage. I think it's still just ignition tank flamethrowers his main source that he needs to
I mean,
use.
he has the watch, he has the focus crystal, and the ignition tank. He's got everything going for
Yeah.
him right there if he can use it. The problem is just using it here,
Yep.
right? He
Getting in
just
there
led
actually.
the Elder off the map, which is really good.
Nice.
There's
Hosted
a
it.
lot of like little spots where you can kind of abuse AI a little bit and like their tracking. Just kind of lead them right off with Artie. Pretty
Yeah.
easy.
With the
Do
asteroid belt as well. Kind of boop him off.
mm-hmm.
Hmm. Like
Oh, he's going
Host
for a
is
head stomp.
going so fast. Like it's so good how fast he's going. That was actually a decent stomp.
That was a very
Nice.
good stomp.
ATG proc, I believe, off of the stomp to
And
finish
he
that
does
off.
have a focus crystal, so it did extra damage, especially when he was just sitting
Yep.
there right on him.
Like Host is still looking good. Like obviously his build is scary because he has the bloom and he's constantly losing items that he wants to keep, but he's still extremely good pace. He's surviving. I don't
Honestly, you know
know.
what it is? It's the ceremonial daggers that have probably kept
Yeah,
him in this long. And honestly,
it's so good.
being next to the asteroid belt here with him
Yep.
and having 3 soulbound catalysts for his equipment, his capacitor, he's just smiting.
Yeah, it's really good.
You
Void
know.
Touchstone Titan on Cran's screen, by the way. Let's
Uh-oh.
hope he doesn't get tagged one
He's dead.
single
You're
bit.
good. The
Okay,
Titan,
that
not
was
Crane.
actually so
Sorry.
close with that ground. Oh, okay. That
Whew.
was scary. All
He
right,
did have a saber space, so I think he's good.
nice.
He does want to clear this void seed, it looks like. He's trying to get the don't infect the gut. Okay.
Yeah, Koran really just going for consistency here. He's just trying to survive, get all the items he can till he
Hmm.
feels comfortable. He still doesn't have like amazing mobility and no feather either with no ion surge, so I don't know. He
I'm
does have Saber
surprised.
Space's Opal to kind of mend that for Mythrix fight.
I'm surprised he didn't find the other ATG. It's pretty close to him. It's on the other side of the big
Oh
tree
yeah.
here. Hopefully he can. That would be really nice.
Yeah, right on the other side of this level, I believe, for Koran. But he's
He's
gonna
going
go down
further
and
away
get
from
those
it.
void items instead.
Ooh. Looks like he went after the Reckler there instead of the speed item, which is actually interesting. It just kind of goes to show how much these players value some armor. And there
Yep.
we go. Limu got the ATG. It's in the multi-shop, right? The base on one of the root platforms up to the top trees. So, and it looks like I didn't see what his options were, but oh no, right, it wasn't an option one. It was
Yeah.
just a void
It's
cradle.
just the
Never mind.
cradle.
Yep.
There's
Um,
2 equipment multi-shops on Sky Meadow for host here. Anything good, there's an egg, which 1 egg with Artie with the hover is enough for a
it's
pillar
a
skip.
skip.
It's a little
Yeah.
slow, but
Hey, it's
it
better
will
than
do
doing
it.
pillars.
True. Especially
And
with
then,
a non-build like host has.
yeah, when you take into account all the time you walk like horizontally across the moon to go 2 pillars and then all the way back to go up through the vents, even
Oh,
that alone is probably better to skip the egg.
yeah.
Limo is scaring
Limu's
me.
struggling with the larva on the teleporter. If he can just guide them into that void seed, they really shouldn't have any trouble with this boss. But
Looking at Cran
they have a
though,
lot of
I
damage too.
I do need him to start
Cran
speeding up
is,
though.
yeah,
He
he
needs
needs to
to.
be more comfortable with this build. He has double ATG, ignition tank, watch, AP rounds, like band. What more do you need? This is where you should feel comfortable. Capacitor as well for any flying enemies like the lunar wisps on phase 2 Mythrix. A recycler on Cran's screen from a shrine, actually. I don't think he's gonna take that. Here
He
we go. Yeah, it's
recycled
just a quick
the
reroll.
pennies. And that's it.
Smart. Another saber
Because
space is
the
formed.
capacitor is really good for him here, right?
It
As
is.
cool as the recycler is, and in a normal run, that'd be a dream. But for right now, it's like
Yep.
he had to fight to not take. He's like, dude.
Post opting to full loot, it looks like Sky Meadow, which
Honestly,
you
this is a
you
good
kind of
play.
have to. Yeah.
He needs
With
to
the
keep
bloom,
those
you kind of have to.
ATGs. This is his only
Yep.
way to have like a reasonable Mythrix time. And so again, if he bumps up that percentage, right?
Yep.
And just tries
Bloat
to
your
make
item
it,
pool.
yeah, just he needs to make sure that it's a very low chance that those get taken. And it looks like he did all he could. He's out of here. Let's see what
And Host
gets
actually
bloomed.
used that vent really well.
Yeah.
He did the stomper jump tech where if you don't have a feather and you have stompers, you can use a lift and then jump right after using that lift, and it'll kind of conserve some sort of
Ooh,
stomper jump and give you extreme height. That's actually a really good roll for
cap.
Bloom for Host.
He got a
He got the
behemoth,
Dan item
Baos, and he kept his ATGs, which is the most important
and
part.
ignition tank.
Yeah.
Really, really good setup for Host,
And he just
honestly.
got a little bit more crit here as well. Okay.
Oh, unfortunately, he got another clover, but he has the bloom, so
Dude, imagine like all of those items that he got there.
yeah,
That's crazy, actually.
yeah,
We.
that was a really good roll. Host is looking good then. Like he has the egg for stompers now, so he can actually utilize
Yeah.
stompers during the Mythrix fight. He has the pillar skip as well.
He has a safety
Host is
net.
looking so good.
Like he
Yep.
has saver
If
spaces. Like,
Cran if Cran went a little faster and was a little more confident, this could be pretty close because Cran, I think, probably does have the better build still. But
is that a
yeah, Host
gamble
is looking amazing.
redeem thing?
Oh
What
yeah.
was the gamble?
No ICBM chat. Get fucked. Doubters win.
Doubters are feasting. All right, and host is on his way up. Oh, uh,
This will be a very long pillar skip. There's a red chest opening up on
uh,
Limu's screen with the afterburner. Oh, you're dying.
what? Yeah, yeah, I'm dying. Give me a second, I think.
I'll do a play-by-play. It's all good. So Limu getting the legendary chest on stage 4, getting an afterburner, which is very strong. He's also opening the shrine that has the recycler in it that he's not going to take, of course, because he has the pillar skip instead. Cran's stream is dying now.
It's all of California. We're dying.
Let me jump into Cran's stream real quick.
Hey, chat. I can't see anything either. So when I see something, you can see something. Okay. Cran's stream is actually dying though. So apart from mine, okay. I don't know. I think that was a Twitch thing. I don't know. I'm sorry. Apologize. I didn't drop any real frames on my end. My internet seemed I couldn't tell, but hey, whatever. What
So
happened?
Cran's not responding, so maybe his
That's not
whole
good.
internet's dead.
All right. Well, we'll wait.
It's the Crinternet.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know, but we're back now. Host
The
is
whole
about to skip.
California surge.
Yeah, it just happened, man. I
I think I left that fucking shithole.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but you have like the worst internet out of anybody, so
Hey,
why
it's
are you
been
talking?
decent lately.
You have actually the
No
worst.
frame drops on the last 2 streams. We're
That's the
chilling.
biggest cope I've ever heard.
Host is going to try for a stomp, I would assume. I don't know if he has any crowbars.
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
Cran's completely off now.
Oh boy. Well,
We'll try to get
we'll
him back
see.
soon. Okay, he's back. He's back.
I see a plus
And he
5
has
that
a plus
just
5.
popped up.
Yeah. It was like, oh, there was
The
a race a while ago where I lost my internet and then came back with a plus 5. That's kind of funny.
Oh man. All right. Well,
So no advantage on Cran's stream, which
we'll
is
have
good. Just a
we'll
complete
have to
disadvantage.
hear how he lost it when he gets in the call later.
Yeah. Looks like he's
So
just
that's
getting
tough.
overwhelmed
Let's see host
by all these
screen.
enemies.
Not a huge stomp, honestly. This is still going to be a long fight for him. He really
Yeah.
needs the ATGs to be proc. And he is procking a few, but he needs a head stomper ATG. That's how he's going to get through this. And that's what he's going to keep rolling on. Every time he gets an egg, he's going to try for it.
Yeah,
So,
no band stompers is pretty unfortunate, but still pretty good multipliers. He has the watch, he has Behemoth for increasing the stomp damage. Host doing a very good job of making sure Mythrix doesn't jump up and waste more time, basically.
every time that Mythrix jumps to the center, you lose so much time of him just being invincible and not targetable. So it's very,
Yeah.
very important that as already you freeze every time you see him crouch down. It's one of
Which should
those
be
like
right about now.
those micro things that's like really important as you like we've seen obviously really good arty runs though in the races. Everyone's been playing her very well in the Mythrix fight. They know the
Yeah.
timings and everything. Like it's been good. Oh, he did miss one, and that was the last one he needed to finish him off. So
Pretty solid phase,
unfortunate.
though.
Yeah.
It looks like his survivability is chilling. So I mean, unless Host really goes risky on this phase, he should be able to secure first place here. Cran now with a plus 5, still trying to get through the stage 5 teleporter. Host is looking good.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe if
survive, buddy.
maybe if Crane didn't have that +5, but even then, I don't even know because he has to do pillars.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
mean, Host build is still like really good.
Cran is
The
almost about to
bloom
get
was
another one.
favorable.
It's kind of scaring me.
Yeah, he's struggling.
That stealth could actually saved his life there.
Cran doesn't have amazing AoE. Like he has the one gas ignition tank, but he doesn't have the ceremonial daggers that Host had, which helped him out so much,
He does have a
especially
double
with all
will
those
wisp
rocks flying by.
at least.
Yeah, I really haven't been enjoying Will-O-Wisp. I've been liking gas more than Will-O-Wisp lately. I don't know.
Really.
Like it's really cool to get those Will-O-Wisp builds, and getting a bunch of Will-O-Wisp is extremely good damage, but with the races, you're never really going to get a good stack of Will-O-Wisp. So I
The
don't
thing
know.
with Will-O-Wisp is it is its power is predicated upon procs and stuff because it does have the
Procs.
1.0 proc
Yep.
coefficient. You have to build off of it like another ability or something. Gas just kind of goes, and especially with
Yeah.
how common I feel like ignition tanks are, it's good. Host is
Yeah.
kind of scaring me though. He is
Oh, he
playing
took
a
a lot of
little bit
damage.
dangerous.
Ooh.
He got slapped
I
by
want that at
Mythrix
Pizza
once, and
Host.
then he got hit by a shockwave. So,
He has safer spaces at least.
mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah, that was a little scary.
He is scaring me. He's going for another stomp right now. Let's see how this one goes.
ATG off the stomp.
Oh,
Ooh, that was very good damage.
that was a
I think
chunk.
I'm actually a little, yeah.
You're like half.
Yep.
Yep. I'll refresh. I should have done that anyway.
And Host did actually a pretty smart thing, which is freezing Mythrix right after he landed, so he didn't run out of the center of the arena. Oh, but
Mm-hmm.
no attempt at a phase 4 skip. Okay,
I
still
think
good
he was
though.
trying. He was just a little bit late.
Yeah.
He shot
Oh,
his
Prion.
Chaos Prion a little bit early.
That'd have been good. Really
Oh
good job for
boy.
Host though, with the bloom. Still getting maybe a sub 40. That's solid. Bloom is super risky and definitely paid out today.
He just has to not get hit here in the final
Yep.
phase.
Even with a death, he's very
Yeah.
well set here. Good job, Host.
The bloom paid.
Bloom paid out. Bloom Gaming.
Kind of looking at Limu and Cran. They're kind of in a similar situation here of just like Cran's owned the TP, but like man, he was having a rough time with it too.
Yeah. So yeah, chat, the phase 4 skip with Host's build specifically right now would be his secondary attack flying through the spawn that Mythrix spawns in,
Mm-hmm.
just like Awu. Any Awu skip can be translated to a phase 4 skip pretty much. So anything you think can skip any boss like Awu will also skip phase 4.
Or if you got 1 in a billion chance lucky, an ATG flying through the spawn point.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
A
Yeah, just get
little
that one.
tricky. Egg can probably do it then, huh? Like if Egg can Awu skip,
Maybe
I've
actually.
never tried it.
It's a really weird setup because even with Awu, it feels
Yeah, your
unintuitive,
hitboxes.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it might be doable. Um, there might be like a good setup for it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Just getting the right distance away from where Mythrix spawns and pressing Q at a certain time.
Yeah. Does that apply to normal teleporter bosses? Yes, actually. The way that a lot of people get really fast prismatic times is by knowing where the boss is going to spawn and then boss skipping teleporter bosses. It's something that can be translated to other parts of the game. The thing is, like, in a general gameplay loop, you just don't know essentially where a boss is going to be.
Yes,
Though
more of a
I'm pretty
guessing game.
sure, throughout all of the collective hours of people in chat, they've seen a teleporter boss item drop immediately at some point and been like, huh, that's kind of weird. And then the boss's HP bar is
Yep.
yellow. It means you boss skip somehow. So you did it. Congratulations. And it'll just happen. Just one of those things. All right, Crane's on the moon. Let's see
Shipping
what he's
request.
got.
Oh, he has no pillar skip.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Limu has a pillar skip.
If Cran doesn't play pillars well, I wonder if Libu could actually take second place here. I don't know.
We'll
Cran, I
see.
think, will have to have a pillars +5. But hey, he doesn't have amazing mobility. Maybe. He does have capacitor though. Capacitor is so good to just deal with stuff that you don't want to deal with.
All right, let's bring in host. Hey,
Yo,
What's
what
up,
up?
host?
how do you
GG.
feel about that run?
It was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was. How did you feel about the bloom after like the first stage or two?
I was thinking, so I mean, like, I took a lot of time on stage one. I was about to head out. I'm like, man, this just wasted so much time collecting all these items, and there I see a bloom. I make a split-second decision of, yeah, this is happening. I'm gonna take the bloom. As soon as I took it, next stage, I mean, I got ceremonial, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I could just print a couple of these Gorse tomes, which I did on accident. I should have only done one, so that way I didn't get 3 soulbound, which that was kind of fun later, stage 4, when I got to do that
All
for a bit.
sick.
But there was this time on stage 2 where I'm thinking, I don't care about bands. I don't care about
Yep.
all of that they're gonna have, because they're just gonna poof. and I need to just keep trying to find white items, and every single small chest kept giving me greens. And I think one even like gave a red or something. I forget, but no, that's a large chest IDP. Head Stompers comes in, and that was huge. Sulfur pools. First off, I can actually traverse the stage. Wanted to loot more there. I thought there wasn't as much loot above me as there was. There's like 3 or 4 chests I could have gotten, saved my speed maybe. Lost speed. Stage 4 came around. Dude, the lightning with the triple soulbound. Oh my god, that was so fun. I've never
And then you
gotten.
got your ATGs on that stage as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yep. That's where it all came together, I think.
Now
Cran
today
is
when
scaring the hell out of me, by the way. He just got
Cran is dealing with
a
pillars.
full orb
Ooh.
to the face there. That was not good. He only has to do 2 pillars, by the way, chat room, because that's the house rules
Perfected
for
Wisp
Gauntlet.
coming.
Uh-oh.
He's just
He
gonna
needs to jump
dive.
off the
Smart.
side. Yeah,
Just survive.
thank you.
It's all good. This is actually another instance where every racer has a different equipment, which is kind of cool.
Interesting.
Limu found
they
his
went
pillar
lightning
skip
dance.
stage 1, I believe, or stage 2.
Limu's going around the fight. Limu actually has a chance to get second, like Cap was
Yep.
saying. I mean,
Like
if
Cran
Cran
can
takes a
take
while
5
on
minutes
pillars,
alone without a death doing these pillars.
Hold
and
on. Are you
then
saying
if
I
he
won a
dies,
loadout?
yeah, you won, by the way.
Yeah, you won.
It's been, I think, over 2 or 3 months since I won a loadout. So
Hey, it happens.
I gotta.
It happens to everyone.
Let's
But
go.
Limu actually
The
3
bloom
plus
gives.
5s on stage 1, and you were the fastest out of stage 1, and you
There's
picked
no
up the
way.
bloom.
Also, they didn't bloom.
Nope. Which I assumed Limu would because he had those 3 plus 5s, and you got to just kind of differentiate from the rest.
Warped it a little bit.
But he didn't, and he has a really good build. He's the only one who got free bans. He got the pillar skip early on. I mean, look at his damage; it's still really good. It's literally just those 3 plus 5s on stage 1, unfortunately. Yeah, Cran just finished 1
Titan.
pillar. Yeah, just
1 pillar down.
The Stone Titan.
I think he's
Cran's
gonna go back for
to
that blood. Yeah, because by this time, the Perfecteds are kind of winding their way around the map, and then they'll be able to get him before he finishes that one. So this is probably
a lot
smarter.
of stone golems there.
Yeah,
I would probably stick with design, honestly, with all those golems there, the lunar golems.
I think it'll be fine.
And the
I
exploders.
Think the wisps are worse, honestly.
We'll see if he can just get through this quickly. He does have the double Wungus to kind of keep him in there, finish the charge off. But Lima's already on stage or phase 2 Mythrix.
That is true.
And now Cran has almost half health. Oh, there's a
pillars?
+5 for Cran.
Oh, this is not really close.
Okay, this is it. This is where Limu can actually come back. He didn't have to worry about wasting any time on pillars.
He just lost an elixir?
Take an orb. Yep.
Oh,
Survive,
boy.
Limu. You're in this. You're in this. He's got his base to get to the other side of the stage. Make sure he watches out for this orb coming from across the map. It's still coming.
Please.
It's still coming.
Dude.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh.
Dude.
This will be interesting then.
This is very interesting.
Ooh. It's all about how Cran plays this fight and if he can just survive. If he survives, I think he'll be okay. Oh, this is tough. I don't even know.
Look at Limu. He has an afterburner, so like that is gonna make his phase 3 a lot better.
Too. Yeah, a lot more manageable to keep Mythrix in place. Deal that ignition tank flamethrower damage. Which host you got so lucky keeping ATG, ignition tank?
Come on, I lost. Oof,
I mean, you lost a band.
You kept all your damage.
You kept the damage items that you needed to
the damage
successfully
items,
get through
as
Mythrix.
in sentient meat hook, ceremonial dagger,
Focus crystal, watch, ATG, ignition tank.
You got behemoth.
Oh,
behemoth.
Yeah, that was a
watch.
The
now
clover.
What was huge? Phase 2. I land the slam. It wasn't even the ATGs. I mean, ATG did a little bit, but you know what was huge was just getting the meat hook with the stomps. That is insane damage. That is like multiplying the head stomp damage.
Pretty good. And meat hook has a pretty decent chance to proc, right? I think it's like more than 15% for the first stack.
Yeah, like you saw that first stomp in phase 1. I was like, oh no, it's gonna take 50 minutes. And
Yep.
ads, huge. I mean, hell, even on phase 2, I got a few of the lunar wisps that finished everything else off from Happy Mask.
Oh,
And that
nice.
was nice.
Limu is scaring me, man.
Limu getting through it. He's gonna have to deal with pizza because he did not do what Host did a really good job of doing during his Mythrix fight, which was freezing Mythrix before he jumps. Which, in case of phase 3, means you don't have to deal with pizza attack at all if you're able to successfully freeze to begin with. Looks like
Looks like
Limu's going to just
he's
power
just
through this, keep
keeping
freezing
pizza
him.
going. Yeah.
Yep.
Which
Risky
honestly,
strat, but definitely rewarding if you can do it.
this is what he should be doing, though.
Yep.
He feels pretty
Mhm.
safe. He's just getting the damage in.
With all those
He's
afterburners,
gonna try
the
to phase
afterburner
4
makes
skip.
you, yeah.
He saw
Let
the
him jump
damage, how
now.
close it was, and then he's just gonna vase away, fly around the sky a little bit, probably. Oh, okay.
Oh,
He just
he's
wasn't gonna
okay.
freeze him. Yeah.
Don't freeze. Don't freeze. Yeah, that's all that matters. And survive.
He knows he's got a
Praying
good
on
handle on.
phase
Oh no
2
no no!
now.
That's a bad ice wall. Don't do it.
Don't
Don't hit him.
freeze.
Don't hit him. Don't hit him.
Oh my.
Oh
Okay.
Jesus! He
Too
knows. He knows.
soon.
He knows. All right, here we
You
go.
got a
Here we go.
perfected orb coming in right now.
And good
There
phase
it
4
is.
skip.
Good job, Limu.
Honestly, he brought it back a little bit from his stage
did.
1.
How many is he still at 3+5s? I'm sorry, I don't have the stream
Yep.
open right now.
Just from stage 1.
Dude,
Everything
I mean,
else, he's been
honestly,
playing pretty consistent. And
It's
he
always hard
might take
to,
second.
because you die in stage 1 even once, and it absolutely decimates your mental, right? So for him
absolutely.
to look at that and be like, all right, let's just fucking try to get
Let's
through
game.
this. Yeah, let's focus up. Really good job from him from trying to, or basically just turning that around, because you can imagine
Maybe
how
that's
like
why
demotivating that
Limu
is.
dies so much during his practice runs.
He doesn't
He's
feel the
training.
pressure.
Yeah, he's numb to death now.
He has become.
He'll take his. I think he gets second place here, unless Cran plays these next 2 phases really well, which he's kind of going a little slower on phase 2 here. We could see Limu taking second place with 3 deaths on stage 1.
If so, it's insane. All eyes are on
Yep.
Crane right now just to see what happens here.
Yep. Can you
He
pull it
does
out?
does have the double ATG. He does have a band. He doesn't have as much damage as Limu did actually, because he has the double bands.
Yep.
But
You got the AP
hey,
rounds going for him. We'll
he's
see.
gonna
He does
have
have the
to have.
capacitor too, which Limu
That's true.
doesn't.
He's gonna have to have a clean phase 3 though.
Yeah, he will. He will have to do the perma-freeze strat without the afterburner that Limu had.
Yep.
Oh, where was the afterburner at?
Stage 5.
Legendary chest.
Oh, was it legendary
Oh
chest?
wow,
I
really?
Yeah, it
thought
was
I
legendary
just
chest.
saw it. Stage 5. My bad.
Huge.
He actually got it.
I wasn't even paying
Huge.
attention then.
Now, if you
I think
want to
that
get a
was
lot
during
of
the
reds,
difficulty.
if you want to get a lot of reds and take 0 time, take Benthic.
True. No matter what they are.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Crane getting
Cran.
slapped.
This is not good.
This is where not having the vase makes this fight a little harder to manage, since he has less mobility kind of going for him.
The AoE is helping him out a little bit with the ads, but he really needs to start
Yep.
focusing on Mythrix here, obviously. No, what he needs to do,
Still not past the first phase of this.
he needs to go up on the ramp and then jump off so he could float above
Yep.
Mythrix's head and the enemies here out in the open. But he needs a way to gain some height that's not from Ion Surge, right? So
Even like jumping off these little rocks on the side of the arena will help.
just even a little bit to get over Mythrix's
Anything
head.
to get you to hover over him, yeah. And then the ignition tank flamethrower comes into play extremely well.
What's the time?
Cran not going for the perma freeze strat.
How many minutes does Cran have?
Cran has 3 minutes to get through this and charge the ship.
Well,
which, if he plays it well,
tough.
I think
He could.
can happen.
He absolutely
But he
could.
keeps having Mythrix jump to the center of the arena, which wastes another 5 seconds each time he does that.
He needs to
And
also be
the armor comes
using
back up.
he needs to be using his capacitor for bans, which he's not really been doing
Yeah,
that
I don't
much
think
either.
he's pressed Q yet.
And he doesn't have a
Oh,
phase
here
4
we go.
skip that's reliable like bans. Oh, the
Oh!
fucking pillar.
Oh!
The fire pillar. The ads are really now
Holy
dangerous. If he gets shot
one
once.
tag.
Oh, that's a pizza
Oh,
+5
pizza.
for Karan.
And Limu taking second place. We can actually
He
bring
turned.
Limu in now.
Yeah, let's get him in here.
He's not in here. He's BRB right now. That's
Oh,
why I
fuck.
haven't.
Well, no, he's still moving.
Oh, he's moving now. He said
Yeah,
he'd BRB.
I'll bring him in.
Okay.
Yo, Limu.
Oh, hello.
Hey. So
How did that run feel?
Well, I kind of got flustered by Sivan Forest, which happens a little bit more
Yeah.
often than I would like.
Other than that, though, how
It
did you
felt
feel
good.
around it? Like,
Yeah,
because
other than
obviously
that,
your
it
stage
felt
1
nice.
was, yeah. You played really, really solid. You're the only one who got the free bans. You actually snagged second place. Cran just +5'd on phase 3 Mythrix to solidify you getting second there. So
Alright, yeah.
good job on that.
I kind of hoped that it is Flamethrower Arty. Like, stage 1 could be very bad, but like in Mythrix and everything else, a lot can happen. You're still really squishy. So I just figured I might as well just continue. I'm just a little disappointed. I figured I finally had enough healing and stuff going on that I could just do stage 1 TP, but alas, it was a very odd
happens.
placement of the boss. And I couldn't see the first two first stone pillars that he summoned.
don't
Yep.
feel overly bad though, because the truth is, even if you didn't die stage 1 at all, you still would have gotten
Yeah.
second.
I saw the time. That is impressive.
Hosts just
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell, or you guys can tell.
okay. He got a bloom. The stage 1. He was the one that picked it up, and he just got some honestly good enough rolls to get through. So
Yep.
Ooh.
Stomper, 3
Good take.
Soulbound. He ended up getting Behemoth. He kept
the ATG
Focus Crystal, ATGs, Ignition Tank.
watch.
And I mean, watch. Yeah, that's really all you need.
Oh,
for
you found
damage.
watches as well. I couldn't find any.
I think
Yeah,
it's like
a single watch.
stage 5 watch, or was that stage 3? I forget. One of
All
those.
right.
And they
that
was
sounds
pretty
like good
early
rolls.
on your list, so it was pretty good rolls. But
And
I
for
was,
Limu got the vase early on, which was very good for.
Is that
I
stage
think,
1 base or?
was it stage 1 or
Stage
stage
two.
2?
Stage
Oh.
2. It was right in the middle path if you go down by that one button next to the rock, which is sometimes covered with like rock debris, but this time it wasn't next to the scam shrine.
You know, I never look in there. I really should do a better job.
I walked around it and I happened to check it when running past it for the second time. I don't know why I crossed that path, but I just saw the equipment and I was like, huh, I would have missed that totally.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, to
And I
be
feel
fair,
like
I was actively looking for unique items to have. So, like, I went out of my way to pick up a war banner over a sticky bomb, for instance. You know, just trying to
Yeah.
find ways to
yep,
hold up my items.
very smart plays though with the bloom. And Cran done.
and there we go.
Ended up flubbing it and losing second place to Limu.
Let's
How many
bring him
deaths
in.
did he have in total?
3. He just
All right.
finished after you, obviously. So,
Yeah.
Cran, what up?
Hey,
Yo.
All right, so I have a
Aw.
question to ask you because
what's up?
your internet went out stage 5 a little bit.
Oh
And when
God.
we came back, we saw you had a +5. So how did that one happen?
I was jumping. I got slowed by the Solus probes, like the little ones. I forget that called. I
Yep.
think they're just probes, and hit by a bell while slowed.
Yep. And that was kind of something I was talking about when Host was dealing with the teleporter is
Dude, that was
if
I
you
was
don't
so
have all
close to
that
dying,
AoE,
man.
yeah, if you don't have all that AoE and you don't have a lot of mobility and you don't have a skill that lets you move, those Solus units and Solus probes could really be a hassle to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sometimes you just
Unfortunate.
gotta run.
Yep.
Or even
Or
better
you run
yet, just
away.
like don't even let him get below quarter health. My problem was when I picked up that other tougher times, 3 mini mushrooms got infected and proceeded to harass one of the probes into almost dead range. I almost got blasted.
Kind of scary. So, Cran, this is how your opponents kind of did. Host took a bloom stage 1, and it just worked out for him really well.
Mhm.
Limu died 3 times stage 1, and he was kind of on a
Oh.
deficit.
Mhm.
But the reason why he pulled out in front of you was because of pillars for you, and then the last death. You were so close to beating him, and we were like on the edge
Mhm.
of our seats. We're like, dude, he can do it. He can come back. He has like a minute or so cushion to finish the Mythrix fight. Oh man,
Yep,
but
it was a close one.
I
it
ate
was
a
really
pizza
close.
slice and I was like, oh no.
Yep. Yep.
Shit's
So,
in.
Korean, you missed the pillar skip on stage 2, which was a vase, which Limu got. And then Host found an egg on stage 5 in a try shop
Hmm.
that he got for the pillar skip.
I
So
saw
one of
the
those
egg
two
as I
would have
left.
been. Oh, did you? Oh, that's so painful. Like the
And then
capacitor was still good, but obviously just not having to deal with pillars was
Mhm.
the faster option.
some notable things we saw though. I mean, Limu was the only one to get the afterburner out of the legendary chest in stage 4,
Yep.
which helped his Mythics fight. Limu was actually also the only one to do pots, so he had actually some extra bans. He had probably the cleanest Mythics fight, or the easiest one out of
Cleanest
everybody.
build
Yeah,
altogether.
definitely. By the time he got there, so um, didn't really see much else that run. A lot of the reason we didn't see a ton was because a lot of the items we saw were bloomed. They weren't real, So anyway, if you
Yeah, good
guys are
job
ready
from all you guys on that.
for Captain Loadout 2, let's jump into it.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm getting into it. Here we
Good luck,
go.
guys.
Good luck with this
No,
one. This one's gonna be
good
fun.
luck.
Shake out
Speed
all the
shooting.
deaths. You guys are good. All right,
Yep.
jump into it.
Alright.
Focus up. All
All
right.
right, chat. How many reds by the end of stage 5?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Gamble up. We'll see how this run goes. They get free bans next stage. They have potential for a Prion on stage 3 if they're quick enough. And they also can find an AWU skip. They do have their primary attack, which can AWU skip. It is very precise, and we probably won't see them do it, but it is possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some options for Captain here, as well as speed shooting. I don't know if all 3 of them will. I know Limu can, and I think Host can. I am not sure about Cran.
We'll go over speed shooting real quick because it's an important thing, and we're gonna get questions about it. And it's
Yep.
important we know all the tech around it. So, every time that Captain shoots a shotgun, you can see it even on Cran screen right now. There's like a reload animation. Uh, Captain like cocks his arm, up and down, little fist pump to reload. But you can actually cancel that by pulling up the beacon menu uh, to get rid of the reload animation completely, and then you can get rid of the beacon menu by quickly sprinting. So if you do all those, it's kind of like a double cancel, and you can shoot really, really fast. So it's the way to do
Yep.
it. And you can pretty
And
much melt bosses immediately.
yeah. And I've also been starting to run Captain speedrunning, and I think this beacon setup might be the most optimal if they're able to get stuff like Lysate. The resupply beacon as their primary beacon means that 1 Lysate equals basically 3 fuel cells, which is pretty crazy if they're able to get a good equipment build going. They do have a Prion right off the bat, so they don't have to worry about the free Prion, which is
Mhm.
amazing. They also have that hacking beacon, which is very good for early on, just gathering as many items as possible without spending too much time.
Looks like Cran and Limu both use the hacking beacon on the shrine. It looks like Cran used his resupply beacon for the Prion that he got, and he's just gonna get through the stage 1
Easy.
teleport immediately. A lot of people sleep on the resupply beacon, but honestly,
It's so good.
for going fast, especially like we've seen it in the old days when we used to like do prismatic stuff, it's very good, and it can open up a lot of interesting doors that you would have otherwise not even considered at all. Um,
Yep.
like even
There's
being able to
actually
move
really interesting
around,
equipment builds.
being able to move around the stage faster if you use your resupply with a
Yep.
vase or an egg or wings or something like that. Even that can make pillow skipping just all the more easy, right? So it's really interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's very cool. I think it's honestly the most interesting beacon out of all of them because when you're in a fight, like I guess stun beacon can be beneficial for a fight because or on normal stages anyways. But when you get to Mythrix, the resupply beacon is literally the only beacon that actually can impact your run. So
Let
maybe
me
we'll see
stand
some
in the
good
heal
uses
beacon
out
and
of that.
heal, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm gonna stand there in the center of the arena and
Yeah, just
and
buckle
heal
up,
up.
double heal,
Dude, you're
can't
invincible.
die on drizzle.
But the resupply beacon is slept on a little bit. Also, to touch on the speed shooting, the players need one of their beacons to speed shoot, preferably their M1 beacon, which is the resupply beacon, because otherwise, to use your M2 beacon with speed shooting, you have to incorporate an M2 press into the sequence, which is kind of tricky a little bit. And if you're not practiced with it, it could really mess you up. So again, if they want to unlock the speed shooting power, they got to be really selective about when they place down their beacons and stuff. But seeing them all with
Mhm.
Prion, I don't really think they're going to be really worried about speed shooting all that much if they can just resupply Prion here for the bosses. So
Yeah, that should be a pretty easy teleporter for all of them for the rest of the run, unless they find another equipment that they want to take over Prion. We see Cran already on stage 2, putting his
he's
beacon down
getting
on
the
top of the
button.
pressure plate. So
Mhm.
then all he has to do is press the other one, and it's super easy. Free bands, done.
Which beacon did he use there? Used
Use
hack.
the hack,
Interesting.
which I
I
wouldn't
can see
feel
that.
like I need to rely on more Prion charges for this stage, but hey, if he needs it, whatever. As long as he survives.
I mean, if he's getting bans anyway, it should be a one shot for the boss with Prion, right? So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there we go, host doing the same thing with the resupply double Prion. Man, it's really interesting how we can just give these players the same loadout and the same seed, and they can just naturally fall into the same groove of doing like the same
Yeah.
logical steps for this kind of stuff. It's always like the most fun thing for me, just kind of seeing it just play out and happen that way.
Yeah. They even put their beacons almost in the same spot in the teleporter, which is kind of
Yeah.
funny. Really good items coming out of stage 1, though. They got speed, they got pennies, attack speed, AP round, crowbar, a mocha as well for attack speed and mobility. Really good setup so far.
It's really not bad. There is a void cradle on stage 2 that Cran kind of passes like to the right, the other way through the other side of the map, the other tunnel. I'm kind of
Yeah,
curious as to what that's gonna be.
Cran picking up that elixir makes him not want to open that up right away, since he will break it. Which I wonder if the others won't pick it up and get the void cradle earlier on. See
This
what
is
Limu
gonna
does.
be a really interesting run actually, because usually when we see Captain, we see Diablo Strike. And if you have a Diablo Strike, you don't really have to do the Mythrix site whatsoever. There's a
Ooh,
key. It's a void key on
yeah,
a
void
Cran
key.
screen. But with Orbital Captain,
Oh,
this
Cran
means uh-oh. Jesus.
lost his elixir.
This means that they're going to actually have to do the Mythrix fight. So this means they
Yep.
need items, they need mobility, they need some way of getting away from Mythrix and not dying. With Artificer, it was kind of an okay warm-up because they had Flamethrower, but on the other hand, I mean, you know, they had the ability to float over Mythrix's head, and they had safer spaces, and they had
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Host had Head Stompers. They need something, because otherwise it's going to be really rough, and we're going to see +5s pour in. So while they might have the damage at some point, and have like a pretty okay Mythic site, they're going to be looking for mobility more than anything else. And that's
Yeah.
why they're going to be looting a lot.
That's why Diablo is so impactful for these runs.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if we look at Limu's build, he's going to get 2 more bans. He has 2 crowbars, AP round. That's honestly almost enough to one-shot Mythrix already. So, like, if he had Diablo
With
anyways.
Diablo,
But with
yeah.
Orbital, it's a longer fight for sure. It's a normal fight.
Yeah.
Not going to be as impactful with
I
Orbital
mean,
strikes.
just to be clear, okay, because I think it's good to put in perspective about how good Diablo is. If you don't know, we have a speedrun.com category for the gauntlet races here. And we've seen a lot of players been, putting up times on the site, really pushing, and it's been great. The speedrun time, the world record time for captain in the gauntlet races, which is Eclipse 8 with all the same rules that we have here, using Diablo
Mhm.
Strike is 19 minutes.
And that's honestly slow compared to what it
Just
could be, which is
just
insane.
think about that for a second. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, right?
It beats out
Like,
Merck's 22-minute previous hybrid world record
yeah.
by 3 minutes.
Like a lot of people have been watching Wooly and stuff do his Huntress speedruns, and even Huntress, no one's gotten a sub 20 yet even. And you look at Huntress like, oh, she's so fast and stuff. Look at Captain. It's just the damage can carry. It's not even about like necessarily movement speed. So it's crazy.
Yeah, even Rudy's world record captain run still beats the fastest railgunner up on the board right now. So literally, it's only 2 loader times that beat this captain run, which is ridiculous.
There's a lot of crazy captain
Extremely
tech, man.
cool.
The reason
Diablo and then the speed shooting phase 2 makes the whole fight go by so quick.
the reason Host is not picking up Neural right now, chat room, is he's trying to macro this out a little bit. If he can, like, he's looking at the Neural, he's like, okay, that's pretty good. That's fine, rather, but I don't really need a Neural. I'm not really, I want to try to stand out from the competition here. If he can find a recycler on this stage somewhere, suddenly it kind of opens a door to him getting a charge perforator or a shatter spleen or something else, right?
Yep.
And if he gets one of those, it's like, well, he has a huge leg up. And all he has to do to kind of take that chance is just to not pick up the Neural immediately. He can still leave the stage with the Neural and he's done looting and whatever, but if he just waits like a minute, he can just give himself that chance. So, really important stuff. And it's something I obviously utilize in all of my runs. I've been working on that kind of strategy for years. All the reds you don't want, all the things that do not help you in the moment should be considered. About just ask yourself, what if there's a recycler? Look at trance shrines and multi shops and stuff. What if there's a card? Look at the stage you're on. What if there's a gun? Before activate TPs. Those are like
very
important questions.
strong ways to improve your run. But
Yeah.
and also for the speedrunning perspective of it, you don't want to really do it too much if the item you're
Agreed.
leaving is super far from the teleporter. But in this case, it's literally right next to it, so you're not wasting a single bit of time just looting the rest of the stage that you will anyways and trying to find a recycler. If like the neural was on the complete other side of the stage, I probably wouldn't leave it because it's not worth backtracking that much, because routing is a huge part of these runs and it really does improve your time by a substantial amount if you're able to route properly.
But if you're just playing normal runs, do it all day.
Then
It helps.
time doesn't matter in normal runs. Don't worry about 5 minutes or anything like that. It's a facade.
And it looks like Host is on his way to get the bans. Crane has already got his, and he's looking to get out of here right now. Limu's pretty much where Host is, just hitting up the scrapper a little bit. I'm surprised. Wait, did he get that key from somewhere else? There's 2 Void Cradles on this
There's
map.
2 Void Cradles. Yeah.
I didn't even know there were 2. I wasn't paying attention.
By the way, chat, the gamble does not include microbots.
That'd be cheating.
Crane's doing good. Crane's really good pace.
I really want Crane to find the other
stage.
Void Cradle. He's not going to find it.
The other Void Cradle is right next to him, too, on his left.
Oh, don't even tell me that. I don't want to hear it.
He looked right instead.
No one has gotten both Void Keys, which is a shame because Void Keys are some of the most powerful things in the game.
Yeah.
If you get 2, then you can start to just keep that train going, voids every stage.
All the plasma shrimp, polyloop potential.
Yeah.
Let's see if Limu and Host take the left route. Looks like Host is going left after getting the bans, which means he probably will find that Void Cradle. He hasn't opened any yet, actually. Host hasn't.
Oh my god, he got down to 2 HP, I think.
Oh man.
He just
Does
got
he have any
bombed.
active healing? Only Monster Tooth for healing here.
The
neural. Okay. A little bit more
Don't
regen
jump off
there.
this. Okay.
This is a key printer.
Oh, there's a key printer.
On stage 3.
Dude, they could start to get ton of voids. He needs to not die here. Get that Monster Tooth orb. Holy.
Oh man. I hope Crane doesn't cabbage it and die to the fusion cells on his stage, because he's very low health and one little tick with the gas. Oh man.
Honestly, he needs to just shoot his Prion behind him and then just use the resupply beacon for the TP or something. Oh my god.
Yeah, he has 3 other free charges up for him. Host getting the first cradle.
I hope he gets 2.
Okay, so yeah, it is 2 void
Limu's
keys.
gonna get the second void key.
Nice. Good job,
There
Limu.
is
Let's see if Host finds it.
the key printer on stage 3 though, so they should get that. Reminder to keep void keys going every stage, you want to keep introducing new regular keys into your build. And
Yep.
you don't, like in a normal run environment, right? You want to
Jesus.
not open a void key unless you have 2, right? If you want to keep that train going of voids, if you don't care,
What?
then, just open it up. But
Host just purposely took fall damage and lost his elixir in the process. I think he was trying to fall damage pennies, but I don't believe that works.
it does not work, no.
So he just wasted an elixir on purpose.
Okay. Well,
So yeah. It looks like he's
You know.
gonna backtrack even more and try to get more items.
he Wungus and
Mm.
Void Scent out of the first key box. I think Void
Okay.
Scent or
Yeah,
I don't know,
I
a
think
nice
Void Set in this
not a
situation, the AoE would be
here
huge.
might be nice.
Looks like they need a little bit more survivability. They don't have a lot of mobility. They are captain with no skills that have mobility involved.
Mm-hmm.
A Void Send would be nice to just keep them comfortable, I think. Crane already on the teleporter. Almost done with the magma worm.
He could have tried to use the elixir to heal himself up just enough to take the cradle, which I still think I would have rather waited the 10 seconds probably with the neural, but it's fine. I mean, it does make sense if he's trying to save every single second, I suppose. Just kind of
Yep.
redeem the elixir. But, they still
So
got
Limu took the
rest of the run.
Wungus. Hosts also took the Wungus. I mean, it's a fair call too. It's more survivability as well. Kind of like the Void Sen, except Void Sen will take care of more enemies for them.
Uh-huh.
But it's a fair call. Not mad about taking the Wungus over Void Sen there.
Some
Ensuring a little more
speed next to
survivability.
the spawn.
Limu's speed shooting, we can see on the top screen. Try and get rid of those pests as quick as possible. Very
He's got to be
smart.
really careful. There's a lot of cliffs here and stuff. He's really pay attention to where he's aiming actually, because he's aiming at flat walls that do not have slopes on them, even through the enemies he's shooting at. So you can try to make sure his beacons don't get placed.
Yep, a huge important part about speed shooting is making sure you don't use those beacons. And if you look down just a little too much, or you look at a slope that's just enough to kind of place a beacon, that's when you're going to lose your speed shooting abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Limu didn't even bother using the resupply beacon for this teleporter.
Oh no.
Oh, I see.
Pluripotent larva. The Plarva has dropped on Cran's screen and he immediately picked it up. If there is one item that I think is good, but is almost kind of a bait in the races, I think it's Pluripotent larva.
Yeah.
And the reason,
think it's fine.
not always, but
yeah.
I don't know, the bans.
It's
I
sketchy.
mean, that's all he's got.
The bans do go. But at least they're not Diablo Captain, where they need to rely on extremely good ban procs to deal damage. So at least they'll have that going for them. Like, it's not as much of a detriment, I guess, if they have orbital. But it's still, I mean, it's a 5-minute save. If they're able to keep it until like the absolute latest they possibly can use it, then they're fine. But if they use the larva early on, it's brutal.
If they die with the larva, we've seen it in the past in several races where them just taking the regular +5 would have actually saved them more time than them losing all of their damage with void bans and stuff. I don't know if that's going to be the case in this run in particular, but it's always something to think about. Usually when people pick up Pluripotent larva, we've been seeing players kind of activate the larva by like jumping off something, killing themselves to forcibly get like a polyloot plimp or something, and then pick up bans after or something, or a plasma shrimp, sorry. So we've been kind of seeing it being used as like a and not as a saving item, but as more of like a power upgrade.
Yep. So. Look at Cran. He got the Void Scent from the key, and there's also a Void Cradle in the cave next to TP that he got the Wungus from. So he's able to get that healing that they got from the Void Cradle and also that really good AoE.
Nice. He did not print a key,
Good
though.
job on Cran.
which means
True.
if he does use his key here, it's going to be his last key. And here we go on Siren's Call. I didn't even consider Siren's Call next, but honestly, the Void Scent for Sirens is
Ooh.
really nice. They do
It's
have
very nice.
some gas, obviously.
There's a
Let me
feather
just thinking
Tri-Shop
about
stage 4.
the Plarva. Ooh, a feathers. That's it.
Feather is all they need to secure survivability if they're comfortable enough with Captain
Which they
against
should be.
Mythrix. Yes. The feather's huge. And yeah, this Void Scent is going to help Crane out so much on this stage. Just not having to worry about like any smaller enemies really, because Void Scent will take care of it, is huge. The jellyfish, all the vultures, larvae,
Yep.
probably not have to really worry about
Oh.
any of them.
He got
But he
blasted by
is
the jellyfish
taking that
backwards,
jelly.
but yeah. I mean, he felt threatened enough to use his Prions, so
Yeah.
he
Which
did
is
get this
smart
feather though.
because you do have the resupply.
Yep.
And now the stage traversal is just so much easier with that feather. You just
Honestly,
jump right on down.
maybe save the resupply for AU or something. Honestly, I'm not
Maybe.
sure, but
I don't even think 3 Prions would be enough because once it gets to that shield phase, he's just
if
gonna
you
tank
get
it all.
a couple point blanks though in
Oh
19
my
minutes,
god.
like look at that damage.
Yeah, I guess his damage is a lot. Might as well try a point blank.
I would. Oh, he's just
Very
gonna
good
use
damage on
him up though.
Crayons.
I wonder if
Let's see
anyone
if he
else
uses
is
the
gonna
last
use
one.
it though. Looks like he's just wanting to get through the teleporter and not really worry about AU. I'm
Yeah.
assuming, but
He's handling the initial teleporter spawns really well,
Yeah.
I think, because
I
that is the big
personally
issue
do
with
wanna see it.
teleporters.
Yeah.
Because
You have to have good wave
when
clear.
you start the teleporter, you will have pretty big enemies, pretty dangerous enemies spawning with the boss as well. And Crane just used a single Prion to take care of all that as well, which is, I think, really smart. He doesn't have to worry about really any scary circumstances in the teleporter anymore. They're just going to be gradually coming back in. We do have that worm kind of messing around with him, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, he should be fine. And now Lumu is on stage 4 as well. Let's see how he kind of handles it. He doesn't have the Void Set, and he doesn't have as much AoE as Crane does either. He's trying to speed shoot this Greater Stow. We can see it happening. Man, I love speed shooting. It's so fun.
It's so good. Limu hasn't gone up top yet, so he hasn't found the feather. And he doesn't have the AoE, like you said, from the Void Scent. We might see Limu struggle on this teleporter a little bit. Let's see if he looks at that Tri-Shop right up there. That's the feather.
He marked it. Yeah, he knows.
Did he? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Good.
He's got it.
That feather is going to be kind of make or break, I think, for this Mythrix fight.
And Zang's right. This has been a heavy Void run, honestly.
Yeah.
Like 2 Cradle stage 2, at least 2 Cradles or something stage 3, and then they have the Void keys as well. Like, yeah.
Look at that host left the larva.
Yep.
Because he's
looking at his build and he's like, okay, the only thing that's gonna transform in my build, besides Neural into Zoya, is Bans, which is like everything he has. So, and if he's probably looking at Siren's Call and thinking like, dude, if I get Larva here, and I just lose all my bans, I'm done. I'd rather take a +5 with having
without
bans,
the Void Scent.
Yeah.
Again, Cran's build is looking the best so far. That Void Scent's going to help him get through the stage faster. He's already done with the teleporter. He's looking for eggs. He's actually going to go for Ewu.
Interesting. Really I would have kept the beacons, but hey.
Yeah, I made
it's gonna be a little tougher
about Captain's primary Ewu skipping. I wonder if Cran's going to try it.
It's really tough if you're not practiced with it. Like
even just labbing it out, it took me, God, I think it was like 10, 20 attempts just to get it one time. It's not easy, even with like perfect circumstances.
And there we go. Host got a Void Scent. Cran's thinking, he's thinking a really long time sitting in this. Okay, I was like, dude, if a larva shows up,
a
jellyfish, yeah. Yeah.
So we had the option between, what was it, Void Scent, Tentabubble, and
Vans.
What was the last one? Vans. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's so good you just blocked it out of your memory. I understand.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, I think that a beacon could skip AWU, but the amount of precision that you need to have that happen is insane. Because it needs to fall through at the exact frame. And so you need to place it down prior.
Dropping down?
Yeah.
Ah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I don't.
That'd be so tough though.
I mean, it's something you can probably figure out, lab out, and practice. But
Yeah.
hey,
Because
also a thing.
there are prismatic trials where the crystals get destroyed by the beacon kind of falling down. So it is a strat,
Mhm.
but
The thing is, they also
tough.
fall in from an angle, so you'd have to
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it's variable depending on like where you're positioned or which beacon you use. I don't know.
I don't
I
know
haven't looked
either.
into that.
Questions.
Post having a harder time getting through this boss, Cran basically one-shotted the Soulless Control Unit boss.
Here we
Post
go.
still
Cran
at
is
50%.
doing. That was a little bit late on the Prion there.
Okay.
Or sorry, on the
I don't
egg
think
for the Prion.
Prion can skip. I'm pretty
No.
sure I've tested that in the past and it
The
wasn't
the
possible, but he should have done a Prion hug with his bands
yeah, he should have
to
just
get the
gone in
massive
there.
band proc.
He wasted a lot of time just trying to get the eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
So, um, with
Still good
Prion,
pace.
it takes like a little bit for the Prion to actually hook on to the enemy, as opposed to a projectile flying through and immediately doing damage on the same frame.
Yep.
Prion has to still target the enemy and then reach out and stuff. And for some reason, I think it's the same with the orb as well. It has like a small enough delay such that it's not a boss skippable thing. It could be retested, but that's
Yeah.
something we found a long
Maybe
time
in
ago.
like, yeah, perfect testing, possibly we could see one, but even trying stuff like Bandit's Shiv AWU skip, it's possible. I've only been able to get it once. So there's
Yeah.
all of these like super intricate ways to boss skip that are just way too hard to really replicate, but it could be possible.
hmm The
Always
thing
try out new
about
stuff, chat.
boss skipping is it's like an almost infinite field of like things that could happen to do it. Same with like phase 4 skipping and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
It all starts with
A lot of
asking
potential.
questions and going out and testing the hell out of it. So,
Yep.
and
Cran
new strategies
found
are born.
wings on stage 5.
Okay.
So he has his pillar skip.
Does he want a pillar skip?
He bought it.
Okay.
I think he's going to keep his Prion for the teleporter, and then once he's happy with his stage, he'll grab wings and head out.
I'd be curious to see if someone did pillars with Prion and then use resupply for Mythrix or something, trying to get like perfect hits. How that would go.
Yeah.
It's
They
not
do have the feather to
the.
make it a little easier to Prion hug Mythrix, but it's tough.
It's tough. Listen, I'm not saying it's a reliable strategy. I'm just saying I would like to
Yeah.
see it. Right?
Let's
Just
see
out
Host
of
going in for the Prion hug
curiosity.
against AWU.
Pretty good amount
A
of
little
damage.
less than half HP.
He just said, "Screw it, I'm leaving." He did have his
Yeah.
resupply beacon there, but he just didn't want to deal with it. I think
Yeah,
he
that
only
would
had
have
one
taken
charge
like
left, so
3 or 4 more Prions, I would think. Yeah.
I think only 2. Did he have crowbars though? Actually, he did. So yeah, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Overloading worm appear in races? I don't think the overloading worm has appeared in a race. Has it?
I don't think it won't unless
Yeah.
someone's like danning it.
Double mountain shrine or
If
something.
Dan's in a race, we might be able to see an overloading worm, but
That's true.
you'll have to be like, I think Host said it was, what was it, 30, like high 30s to 40 minutes without mountain shrine for an overloading worm. I don't remember the exact
How
times, but
soon
you
with
gotta be
mountain
fairly
shrine?
slow.
Oh, Cran.
Cran,
Jesus.
yeah. He's gonna put his resupply beacon down. He should be able to deal with everything with these Prions.
Let's see. He needs to
He has an
go.
ATG as well. It's really
That is
good.
really nice. He needs to touch his resupply beacon to get his Prion back, which is kind of dangerous right now. So he's electing to stun the other Lemurian. He's going to go in for the resupply, get the Prion, and hopefully get the boss down.
He
I don't
should
know if.
Prion hug the grandparent here, or
Yeah.
else he's gonna spend a lot more time trying to get to his
Uh-oh. He did not.
teleporter
He launched an
with the
ATG off
grandparent
of it,
using the
though.
sun attack.
It went off something else.
Yeah, that
Oh,
wasn't
boy.
close enough to the grandparent for the full band proc.
Not at all. He needs to be, like,
Get in
skin
there.
to
There we go,
skin.
Cran.
Yeah. And there you do it.
There we go. Blasted. Easy.
The reason for that, I'll re-explain it, is because when
Yep.
you shoot a Prion at something, its tendrils shoot out, and the tendrils proc bans. But the orb is the thing that does all of the damage, right? The most damage. So if you can get the orb itself to proc bans, it multiplies the ban damage off of that, not the tendrils, which do lower damage. So to get that to happen, you have to get right in there, and you gotta touch an enemy, you gotta hug them, and
Yep.
that will get the full damage off. And that's how you can pretty much just 1 KO bosses instantly. Looks like hosted the Mountain Shrine, interestingly enough, and now he has 4 grandparents on his screen. What do we think about that?
They don't have Diablo. It's actually
No.
funny because the initial impact of the Prion, the main orb, only deals 10% of what Diablo deals,
Isn't like
which is kind of crazy.
the amount of damage on the Prion somewhere like wrong or bugged though? I don't know if it's in game it's wrong or if
Maybe?
it's on the wiki it's wrong. I've heard that several times though.
Oh, yeah, the wiki has like 2 separate numbers. There's 8,000 and 4,000. So one of those. The wiki sucks though, so don't rely on the wiki chat. Rely on riskofresources.com for all your resource information.
It's
But
8,000?
yeah,
Okay.
host is looking rough here.
8,000
That's
is pretty good.
brutal. I don't think I would ever Mountain Shrine on this stage with Captain with no Diablo.
No.
If he got Z constructs here, you would have such a tough time dealing with them.
I think maybe he was hoping for a worm, honestly.
Maybe.
Because again, you're right. Like if there was constructs, what would
do
have
you do?
happened? Yeah,
Like you can speed shoot, but you don't have any proc items. You can try to throw your Prion out, but you
he
can't
has a
get up
void
to
scent
them really.
at least. That's something,
Yeah,
I'll admit.
Void Sent actually is a really good option for Z constructs.
But with
Those take a
4
little bit
of
longer.
them in the air, like it would take a
Yeah.
while to get down.
That's scary. And not dying in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Cran's
Cran is
looking
done.
good still. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he's probably gonna go for the wings here, like we were talking about earlier. He did see it. He
Yep.
did buy it. He pre-bought it. Pre-ordered.
Yep.
He's still opening equipment barrels though, looking for something. I don't know what.
Yeah, he'll just loot everything on
vase,
his
probably.
way, I think, because he has so much money. Why not?
Honestly though, with Captain here, I know that Vase is a faster skip, but I think Wings is better for the Mythrix fight, probably for him.
Mhm.
So
It's a lot more usable and still being able to output damage while using it, which is really nice. Which is funny because like in our normal runs that we used to, or that I used to do, I guess, because I don't do normal runs anymore, but wings kind of suck in normal runs because like you probably have enough mobility where you don't need to use wing mobility to deal damage and stay
Correct.
alive. But in the races, it's such
It
good
might be all you
mobility
have.
and you're able to damage output. Yeah, and it might be literally your only mobility option, which is again so nice about the races and really utilizing stuff that usually are underutilized or underappreciated.
Yeah. Cran did not take the wings.
Yeah. Okay.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Interesting.
Someone I was hoping for it, but here's the thing,
Yeah.
right? He got here first, and he might bleed this whole lead that he had just doing pillars. You know, I don't know.
We'll see.
I mean, again, if he can get very good Prion hugs in the Mythrix fight, this is worth it. If he can't, this is not worth it.
And
just to be
if
clear.
he dies during pillars, he's
Also
actually
not worth
throwing
it.
because then he loses all of his bans. He loses his 1 crit goggles to void crit.
Larva.
He does get plasma shrimp because he does have an ATG, but I don't think that outweighs the positives of keeping bans and ATG.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think with the pluripotent larva, I would have just kept the wings, make sure I didn't die, and been okay with just having my bans ATG against this fight with stickies as well. Not too bad.
It would have been a long one, to be fair,
Yeah.
in his defense, but yeah, it's
Look at that
man.
Limu taking wings. Limu
So we'll see it.
is actually
we'll see
we'll see a pretty good comparison between Crane and Limu, I think. Between the Koiman usage and doing pillars, not doing pillars, maybe not needing pillars. Limu still has 2 void keys. Did he find the one on this stage?
No. Maybe he did. He had a lot of void keys, actually, so he might have printed them. I'm not sure.
Crane doesn't have a void key, so we won't be able to see beforehand where the key is. There we go. Limu's opening the key now.
Nice. He avoided the
Skip the
larva.
larva, went for needle tick.
Yeah.
Smart.
Again,
Oh, and a crit
it's
printer.
the play. Oh,
I didn't even see that.
neither did Cran. So
And he's blind printing into it. I
don't think
mean,
this
with
is
the
scrapper.
wings, whatever. Like, you need damage. You already have the mobility. Just get
Yep.
rid of your white items. And he probably could have gotten even more into crit. Like, you can maybe lose the AP round. The crowbar really doesn't matter. He has a lot of speed left over. He could have probably almost full crit printed and
Wait,
been satisfied.
Cap.
What?
Oh, hold on. All right, no. I thought Cran just placed his resupply beacon down by the pillar. I was like,
Oh, that would be horrible. And this
I
is normal
was
Prion for the
freaking
fight.
out.
That would be so
Jesus.
sad.
He knows
Let's see
what he
though.
needs
Oh,
to do.
nice. The void key right on the ramp for Limu on
And
the
a
moon, and he gets a
plasma
plasma
shrimp.
shrimp. That build is so good now. He's got the needle tick, plasma shrimp,
Again,
pentabubble.
This is the
So
power
good.
of keeping your void keys and duplicating them with regular keys.
Yep.
And he did that very well. He got a few extra.
Perfect amount of keys.
Yeah, and pays dividends, dude.
And now we'll see Limu get up to the arena probably at like 36 minutes.
I will give it
Cran's
to Cran
already done
though.
with one pillar.
He did do a soul pillar successfully.
Yep.
It is a
Very well.
gamble. He's taken a lot of gambles, honestly, but
Yep.
it did go well so far.
Look at
Limu
that. Dio's in the
got to skip
cauldrons.
though. House sees the wings. I'm sure he just passed by it. It looks like he may not be going for him either.
Did he actually see it?
I mean, he looked at the tri shop like straight
he's
on.
looking. He's looking.
He saw the wings.
He did like a weird flick look. I hope he actually saw it.
I think he's gonna go pillars like Cran did.
Interesting. We'll see. I mean, even though Cran is still on one pillar left and Limu is now starting the Mythrix fight, like he could, if he uses Prion to like its max potential, he could pass up Limu still.
Which again is very hard, and he needs to do it very well.
Yeah.
Okay, and he needs to do it
They do have the
without
feather
dying.
in there at least. But yeah, it's very tough. Even on like survivors like Loader, Mercenary. Mercenary is probably the easiest because you do have Eviscerate if you do run Eviscerate to get those Prion hugs in, but at least they have the feather, but it's tough to get those Prion hugs
They're
in.
not gonna have safer spaces, dude. They just have to go right in.
Yeah.
They have an opal, but
it's almost worth doing Prion hugs while Mythrix's adaptive armor is still up after jumping, because at least you get it. But I don't know. Limu's damage is looking very good though. I don't think this Prion that Cran has is enough to surpass the really solid crit damage, plasma shrimp damage that Limu does have. As long as Limu stays alive.
well, another ban for host actually. Interesting. I don't know
Ooh.
if anyone else got that. No one did.
And he's keeping Prion. Yep.
Okay, let's see it.
We'll see.
I'm interested. Cran just shooting a Prion off immediately. Does he know about the
like this
spot for that?
So there is a spot for it, but I don't think with Captain you have enough mobility to really get to that setup spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to get like halfway into that center arena circle. So
yeah,
with Captain you probably can't do it unless you have really good mobility to get there. But
and what we're
Cran did a
talking
good job.
about,
I really do like the Prion shot starting the phase off, because Mythrix kind of just runs into it, so might as well get that easy impact shot.
what we're talking about though,
But
by
yeah,
the
go
way,
on to,
is if you
yep.
shoot the Prion at the very start of the fight, right before the animation hits, the Prion blast will actually get so close enough by the time that Mythrix spawns, it'll count as a hug, as if you were right
Yep.
next to him, which is really interesting. It's really hard to pull off though.
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten that yet. Need to practice that a little bit more.
That's a very tight timing. And look at this, Limu
see
is
how Limu's
actually
phase 2
speed
goes.
shooting the wisp, which is something you pretty much need to do.
Mm-hmm. Again,
So,
phase 2 speed shooting for Captain is
huge.
almost a must if you want to be really competitive for this. And Limu is doing a very good job of speed shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And he could even do it while in wings, which again proves the point that for this setup, wings is probably the better option instead of ace.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's chilling. He has a lot of mobility. He has 8 energy drinks.
And with
So
plasma
he's not
shrimp
really worried
speed
about these
shooting,
shots.
dude, with crits, he
Yeah,
is
it's so
fucking
good.
blasting.
The needle
right now.
tick just piling up as well.
It is insane.
Very good setup for Limu. Again, he could have gone even more into crit. Like, what does he have to really lose? Like, nothing really. He has a lot of war banners. He has excess energy drinks.
I mean, I guess the
But
AP round
even
would be
then,
like the one he'd want to keep
yeah,
Opal.
that's like the one thing.
Cran is still in
It's-
phase 1, man. And he didn't get the plasma shrimp, which was like the biggest
Yep.
reason why
He
his
has less
DPS
damage than
is,
Limu.
yeah.
Yeah. He didn't get any
So
crit
low.
either, just that one crit goggle.
Man, we might see Limu take this one. He just has to
Cran
not
has
die.
less speed as well. I think
Yeah.
Cran might have even trouble surviving. Like, he does have that feather at least.
He got
But
here
he
the
has substantially
fastest
less speed.
on the moon, but he has the worst build,
Ooh.
I think, so far.
Yep. Let's just hope Limu doesn't pizza +5.
I'm watching,
Looks like
dude.
he's okay so far.
If he takes that pizza slice, it's pretty much
It
over.
could change the whole run. Host doing a soul pillar. Host doing 2 soul pillars, actually.
Interesting.
We'll see if he can manage it. Cran did get 1 soul pillar pretty well. I think he used the back one, though. There's the soul pillar in the
He
back.
is just walking around the
outside.
pillar
Yeah,
from the
just
orb.
dodging. Hey, with the microbots, it helps. But yeah,
He
there's
should
a
just
soul
kill it and
pillar
just suck up
on the
the
back side of this
yeah.
building
Mhm.
that will actually spawn enemies inside of the building instead of outside where the soul pillar is, which is the most optimal soul pillar to actually try to do, if anything. And I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure Cran did it. Looks like
So-
Host didn't even find it.
Cran here on phase 2 is not actually speed shooting, which is kind of the yeah. It
And
looks
he has
like
less mobility to dodge these enemies.
Limu is actually
yeah.
using Tentabubble really well because he has 2 of them.
Yep.
It's really nice.
This is honestly like it's such a good comparison. Now we see Cran trying to get through these wisps and really having a tough time just getting through one of them because he's not speed shooting.
Looking at Limu,
Obviously, the
Limu
plasma
might
shrimp
finish
helped
it off
Limu.
very soon here. He's doing his last beats. What the hell was that?
Oh, Limu. Oh man, he literally ran perfectly in sync with that wall
the
to hit it.
pizza,
Oh, he
dude.
just had to not move and he would have been fine.
He just
You can see it on his face too. He's like, God damn it. Had such a solid run up to this point. He did get the phase 4 skip as well. Really good job. Oh, but an unfortunate late pizza
I
death.
have to cover my eyes. I can't watch. I don't want to see him.
Oh, he ran so perfectly with the wall too to get hit by it.
Oh my
Oh, man.
God. He just had to not move. Like if he just stood
Yeah.
still, he would have been fine.
Well, hey, Cran is still on phase 2. Cran has less damage. We could still see a Limu win on this loadout. Host is also on phase 1 Mythrix with 2 plasma shrimp and look at that full crit basically. 9 crit goggles on Host screen.
Cran just used his last resupply beacon
All right.
charge on phase 2.
I think Host could potentially surpass Cran if Host does a really good job of speed shooting on phase
He
2.
absolutely can.
Which Host did use his primary beacon already. Look at that pre-on knock by Host.
Oh,
Good job.
really good.
Nice. But yeah, so we have Plasma Shrimp on Host with full crits. Host did use his primary beacon, but he still can speed shoot if he adds the secondary beacon M2 input with his speed shooting. So it's still possible for phase 1. Cran is on phase 3 now, though. We'll see if Host can surpass him, but
Cran missed a very huge pre-on hug for phase 3 spawn in.
oh man.
Unfortunately. It's all
this is
crumbling down, dude. It's so
I don't know who's
painful.
gonna win. Limu's gonna be at
I have
47.
no idea.
Cran's at 42 right now, still very deep into phase 3.
Oh,
We'll have to see if
man.
Cran gets the phase 4 skip as well. This can go. This is anyone's game, honestly. Even Host has potential to come back here. Host only
Absolutely.
have
I mean,
42 minutes going into phase 2.
all he has
with
to do
speed
is
shooting
just
potential
win in
with
5
plasma
minutes.
shrimp.
Pretty much. Minus 1 minute
that,
for
Host-
charging ship, and then,
Yeah. Host really doesn't even need to speed shoot. Look how much damage he has. Because all those plasma
It's
streams with that
crazy.
full crit, it's so good.
My heart, man, it was just crushed in
Yeah.
that moment.
Oh, that pizza
I'm
death
in
was
so
so
much
brutal.
pain right now.
The last pizza he had to endure as well.
And it's
Let's see if
crazy
Cran can
because
handle
if he
pizza.
had taken the pluripotent larva in the second to last void cradle, or the
Yep,
void
it would've
key, he
saved
would have
him.
been fine. It was
Yep.
that last
It would have
moment.
actually been more beneficial to take the larva, save the +5. That's the tough thing. Like, if you use the larva so early on in the run, like stage 2 or 3, you handicap yourself big time. But if you save it till like the last moment needed for it,
Yeah.
then it really is just a
The
positive,
later
a
you
time
use
save.
it, the better it is. Rather is a
Yep.
better way to put it. All right, let's bring Limu in. Hey, what up, man?
Yo,
What up?
So you finished first, but I want to
Yeah.
say you broke everyone's hearts.
yeah,
So
dude.
Where it's just
How did-
loader over again, bro.
How did you run so perfectly with the wall to get hit by it?
I
That
don't
was so
even
painful.
know, man. It's
okay,
so
moving
painful,
on
I'm
from the
like-
pizza though. The
Yeah.
rest of the run, talk about it. How do you feel about it?
Very, yeah.
It was a decent, good run. I felt like I went through the stages on a good time. I looted a little bit where it's needed and got some really good items. I mean, also really good rolls on the energy drink printer.
Yep.
Once again, free bands, and from that point, you kind of just have to look around. Found a feather, found plimp, found a pillar skip, found
Yep.
some crit. Basically all
Really
the
good
damage.
items.
So you
Look at that, we
had
see Host passing up Cran on phase 3 now because he has so much more damage from the crit printer and the plasma shrimp.
Cran just missed his Prion like during pizza. It hit the ramp
Yeah.
when he shot
Oh,
it.
they
It
both
was-
had prey on.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they both went Prion pillars, actually.
this is why I like your build more, because you went wings and then you got the crit and the double plasma shrimp, which was kind of big. And you know, they did pillars pretty quick. I'll give them that, but I don't know. The Prion,
Yep.
I guess, just wasn't helping as much as it the time you saved just by skipping pillars, going there fast, getting it done. Maybe in Host's case a little bit more, but I don't know.
The plimp is kind of RNG though, since it was on the key on the moon. You don't really have
Yeah.
a guarantee what comes out of it. Stage 3 was a key, stage 4 was healing or something, or the root. Oh,
Cran
no, the
is
Neo
scaring me
stage.
here.
The Tenta ball was really nice for you as well. That was
Oh,
also
yeah.
something I was talking about earlier. That crit printer, you could have even gone more, like even more into it. We see Host with 9 crit classes. And the only real items you didn't want to lose was what, energy drinks and 1 AP round. And you did
I mean, I did have the
pretty decent
APR
mobility.
with 2 crowbars as well, because I did print some crowbars on the
Yeah.
same stage.
The
And
crowbar
yeah, I kind of
without
wanted to.
Diablo is kind of I don't know.
It's kind of but it helps for the ads and the bombs. I feel like it's
Yep.
like not amazing, but it will definitely give you a little bit of a boost on the chimeras as well in phase 2.
And Host with a
Yep.
phase 4 skip, which so
Very good
far
phase 4
cements
skip.
him as number 1 in the loadout. So
We'll see.
He
We'll see
still
how
needs to
fast
walk
he can
back.
get to the portals because he doesn't have the
How many
wings to
energy
get there.
drinks?
if
4.
he takes a minute to get to the ship, he'll be fine, I think.
Yeah,
He
has
has
a
to
feather.
go around. Yeah, he should be okay, but that's actually really close. But yeah, Limu, really good speed shooting by you, phase 2. Like
Absolutely.
that was exactly what we wanted to see. We wanted to see extremely well speed shooting. We had the plasma shrimp to go off of that with a crit. It was a really, really good job of Host is hosting.
Oh,
Host is hosting, chat.
bro.
Oh
Dude.
my god, those opals save him once again. We saw it in the last race.
Well, how does he get back up though? Then does he wait for regen and opal up?
He
So-
waits for Opal. Yeah.
There's a spot.
Oh,
There's
no.
a piece of texture
Chat.
on this wall.
That means I
Oh
win.
yeah, he's actually not going to be able to charge the ship in time
Yeah.
now.
Ooh.
Oh my
Holy
god.
Oh man,
Dude.
that's not the right texture, Host. Oh god. Okay. Ooh. So yeah,
I
that
beat
actually.
Host because he hosted. That is
Yeah.
Well, it
very
depends on
anticlimactic, isn't
the
it?
time, I guess.
I have
Does it take the
36
end
on
screen
my end
time or the
screen.
in-game time?
It'll be end
36?
screen.
Oh yeah, it says 53.
Oh yeah.
So then he's already done.
Yeah.
Dude.
Damn. So
Damn.
Host did something that was
Oh my
it's
god.
pretty cool and a really interesting tech 2 move, which is using feathers off of lifts and stuff like that to kind of lunge you forward, but he ended up missing the bridge. and it ended up costing him about 30 seconds just trying to recuperate.
Oh man,
So nice on
Unfortunately,
accurate.
dude, that
really
was
nice on aggrid.
Limited Diner Pizza was a huge twist, but that was the double twist. That was the craziest thing I've ever
To
seen.
lose first place. Oh man.
Dude, you never know what's gonna happen. Like you
Nope.
can guess, you can try your best, but Jesus, dude, what is it with the caster curse, man? I can't believe
Yeah,
it.
no.
Lemmy,
Crane with a
congratulations,
solid
by the
phase
way.
4 skip as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, huge. I,
Oh,
dude,
Jesus.
this whole loadout. I have never been so heartbroken, like so many times in a row.
At first, we
Jesus.
thought Crane was gonna win, and then we're like, "Oh, Limu's fucking got this," and then we're like, "Oh God, Host has got it," and then he doesn't get it. Oh man. Let's see
Oh.
Cran do this route probably the safer way, the faster way, and he'll just run down to the bridge. Really close times though, altogether, real time.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty
They're
good
all
job from
like
all of you.
pretty much leaving the
5
ship at a
minutes
similar
into
time.
each other.
Yep. Cran actually getting to the moon first and leaving last.
Ooh. I also had the Plarva. He picked it up,
Yep.
didn't lose it or use
So
it.
if you would have picked up the
Yep.
Plarva, you wouldn't have gotten because you died right at the end, right? So it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Yep. Would have been more beneficial to take it.
But
But you never
I
know.
understand fully why you didn't take it. I was
Yeah.
on team don't pick it up. Really.
I've had a Huntress run where I basically died halfway to phase 3, and if your only damage is bends, you just immediately are done. Like, you
Yeah.
lose your phase 4 skip, you lose all your damage, you're just done.
Hey, host.
Hi. Sorry, but that was a noise jump scare. How's it
So
going?
the little stunt at the end cost you first place.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
at
you.
least I didn't +5. You gotta give me that.
That
I
is
know we
true.
minded.
True. That opal saved your fucking life, but true.
You have
You
more
know,
opal
when you
value
fall
than
enough-
anyone I've
when
ever
you-
seen.
When you fall enough, you shut up. When you fall enough times, you learn how to survive the
Yeah.
falls. All right.
Well, that fall costed you first place, so
Well, you can keep talking about that, or you can talk about how the mountain shrine costed me first place, or taking a long time at Sirens cost me first place. But go on.
I mean,
well, yeah,
it
all of
did.
those cost you
Anyway.
first place. True.
How was the run apart from that though? I mean, you got the crit at the end, you got the plasma shrimp. You chose not to do pillars, or you chose to do pillars. Sorry, you chose not to skip pillars. So
Yep.
what went to the decision behind that one?
When you have a Praeon and you have 4 Void Scent Flame, like the Void Scent's gonna kill anything. I mean, you saw that there was 4 soul pillars. I could just walk on, everything dies in one tip, like instant tidbit.
Yeah, both you and Cran did a really good job of dealing with pillars.
You both did them. You both took the Prion, so which was interesting.
Yep.
I liked the way.
Interesting. Talk about half of Mythrix's health phase 3.
We'll talk about Limu with a very good build with speed shooting, crit, plasma shrimp,
And a pillar
and he
skip.
didn't have to worry about Prion. And he skipped pillars.
And he,
Which
even though
is
he
the cool
died
thing.
in the Mythrix fight,
Yeah.
he was just so far ahead with just getting there so early. That just paid off.
Yeah, but it's still like it's so tough to decide which is the better play because really optimal Prion usage could really pass you like anyone up.
Absolutely.
If you can do it right.
Used my first and second Prions better, it would have been huge, even more so than it already was. I feel like, I mean, I got from Spawn to Mythrix in it was like 3.5 minutes. I had high mobility. I don't need to worry about skipping pillars on that. I mean, like the time it would take to use the wings to get all the way up there probably took 2 minutes.
You'd be surprised. You had a lot of speed. Pretty much did instantly.
Eight drinks for wings. I think he got in one wing.
Okay, so he had eight drinks.
Yeah, he went deep into that.
Okay.
Either way, it wasn't bad. But
yeah,
the
Cran.
gamble is, like you have to hit your Prions perfectly, which neither you nor Cran did, unfortunately, because it's
I'm
really
sorry.
hard.
I landed 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, host, you did a better job than Cran for sure.
Yeah,
Cran,
missed.
you hit the ramp a lot. You missed a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't use it to the highest potential. But so this was interesting. Cran, you got to the moon first. You were the first
Out
one
of
there.
anybody.
You're the first one to start anything by I think 30 seconds. I think Limu was about 30 seconds behind on the moon. And you ended up being last, unfortunately. And I think it
whiffed
had to
early
do
on.
with not finding the crit printer or not going into it.
Correct.
I'm not sure which it was.
And then
And
not
then
having
also
the void key on the moon because the other
Yeah.
racers got plasma shrimp
plasma
from
shrimp.
it.
Mm,
So I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys printed keys stage 3. I don't recall, but there was a
Yes, I
stage
printed
3
one.
printer, right?
I
And
printed
then
one.
yeah, and that's pretty much all you guys
Nice.
needed to carry the keys all the way through. So that just allowed you to get the extra last kick at the end with the crit and plasma shrimp, which obviously huge damage.
Yep.
Remember something
Other
about
than
this
that,
loadout? It's really item like needy. You need a lot of stuff to go with Captain, and
Yeah, especially without Diablo.
yeah, getting the
Definitely.
speed in there, especially. I mean, you've got Siren's Call and RPD in there, so that speed printer. I mean, we would have been looking at a completely different run here.
Yeah. The
oh,
feather
I
on
did it with
sirens
no
too.
speed. I did RPD and Sirens with 1 energy drink.
Oh no.
Oof. How did you live?
Well,
Built
Cran
different.
was the only one who got the void sent from the cradle on stage
Ah.
3. So he had all the AoE he really needed, and he found the feather on stage 4. So his survivability was pretty solid.
he played
I
it
had
really
early
well
on.
pre-on as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we could talk about this loadout all day, but we got to go to the next one. So Railgunner coming up. If you guys are ready,
Railgunner.
time to pop in.
Good luck. Alt
Good luck.
M2.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, first time we've seen this, so
You'll
we'll
Yeah,
see
this
on
will
the
be
other
interesting.
side.
Limu doesn't really like this alternate M2. I do think for going fast, you probably do want to stick with the default M2, but I think this M2 is pretty fun. It can have, I think it has potential for fun builds. So we'll see if we
I
can get
think
some sort of attack speed proc build.
I think it's fun sometimes, but man, there's nothing to me like the power
The
and the
reloading mechanic is so
satisfaction
good.
of the
Yeah.
default. Oh my god. The problem is with this one as well, they kind of lose out on a little bit of AoE because this M2 does not pierce. So that's kind of going to
Yep.
be the main thing that they're going to run into through most of the run here. But they do have the alt special, which does pierce and it does come up
Yeah.
more often than the supercharge. So
And it's still railgunner damage regardless. Like,
it's still Rogan.
it's not like this M2 is weak by any means. This is still like almost a stronger commando M1, which is insane.
Yeah. It just doesn't hit as much. You just need a lot of attack speed
Yeah.
to. But yeah, it's.
You got to
It's
get it
good.
going, but it's not bad.
The other
Definitely try
thing
it
that I
out.
see happen a lot with players when they use this M2 in particular, though, I think they get a little bit too much tunnel vision, and they keep
Yep, the hard
staying
scoping.
in it a little bit. They don't move around like they should. They should really zoom in and out more than they probably think. Even though you're not reloading, it's good to get the movement to keep circling and all that kind of stuff. It's still a very positional character, so. There is a hoof printer on this stage. We just saw Cranmark.
Nice.
So
and a scrapper as well on Lima's screen.
it'd be interesting to see how much they actually go in and printing that and what they kind of try to leave on the ground to try to macro their build out. Again, if you want to keep something like sticky bombs, it's better to keep it on the ground until after you print your hooves. Unless there's a scrapper somewhere.
There's an AP round printer. Is that right? Is it on Cran screen?
Huh?
Yep. AP round printer on Cran screen.
Oh. Okay.
Nice. So
Well,
they have
hooves
speed,
and
they have boss
AP.
damage. Yeah.
Easy. Yeah.
Very, very good start to this run. They're probably going to loot a little bit more than. I wouldn't worry too much about the large chests. It looks like Cran's hugging that large chest, getting ready to get it. But I think getting white items is kind of more priority here.
I agree. This is a really
Let's see what the
interesting
large chest is, though. A
stage
chrono
one.
bubble.
I mean,
So that's
honestly,
$50.
it'll help a little bit during Mythrix if they don't get like a feather
Yeah.
or something. They can tag them with a speed. Oh, looks like Lemire just picked up an
Ooh.
opal, which I would have. Oh, there's a scrapper, so we're good.
Overloading Golem Horde for the teleporter.
Oh, nice. We might
Cran's
see some deaths
opting
here
to
then.
just kind of run away, which
Is good.
Smart.
You
really
need to
smart.
get them in a line and then start piercing with the
Cryo
special.
charge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get them all down.
Here we go. Let's see if Cran can do it. Even just getting,
Here we
yeah, look
go.
at that. And this is
solved.
where no piercing for this
it's rough.
this secondary makes it a little bit tougher because you're only able to hit that first enemy.
Uh-oh. Host. Jesus.
Host did get the pennies early on though. If he can farm the pennies, he can more efficiently loot this stage.
Yeah, he needs to keep Wisps alive then and just try to get hit a little bit. He
Yep.
does have the slug too, so that means it's not that big of a deal.
Cran actually routing really well. He
Very
drew
well.
them away from the teleporter, and now he's actually going back to make sure he still charges the teleporter. We see Host kind of going to the cave, and he's
I don't
not going to
think
be able to really
the
loop around quick enough to get to the teleporter.
I don't think the cave's the play here. I mean, he will have a
No.
corner position here to try to pick off the regular golems, but for the
Yeah, he'll
overloaded
be able
ones,
to handle them,
yeah,
but the
it's gonna take a
routing
while.
again, routing is such a big part of this run, and Cran is doing it the right way. He's in the teleporter still. He's up to 25% charge. Well, Host is at 3% and Limu is at 0%, both going towards the cave.
Crane is scaring me a little bit, but
It's a
he's all
sketchy
right.
fight
It is.
for sure.
We've had alt special, not alt special, alt utility for Railgunner chat room. We've had Polar Field.
Yep.
Don't you worry. I
The
don't
first ever
know.
Bloom run during the races was actually Polar Mines.
I don't know if there's an ability we haven't used yet.
I don't know.
No.
Well, we'd have to look through the logs,
Yeah.
but there might be something.
Maybe one.
At least for like like a combination of skills. Maybe
Well,
we're
that's
missing.
not fair.
We're for sure missing.
Yeah.
We haven't seen full Saucon yet.
Crane is scaring me a little bit. These
Yeah, Cran needs to deal with these flying enemies.
Oh god, don't get tagged. He's scaring me. He
The
needs to
Wisp
heal up a
are
little
actually
bit.
so dangerous here.
And we have
There's-
a fuel cell for the teleporter
Alright.
item.
Host now
Looks like
doing a
Lemu
good
is
job
about
though.
to finish. Where Crane started off so strong there, I think he fell off a little bit when
Yeah.
he started to fight in the
Oh,
teleporter.
Limu, 3 HP
Uh-oh.
left with a bunch of Wisp flying
Did
around.
he fall? What happened? Do not die,
I
stage
don't
1.
know. I
Do
think he's
not
just getting chipped down by everything.
Please.
Yeah, dying stage 1 here, but by Limu would be rough.
They will reroll
Ran back in the
Saucon.
teleporter.
No, we won't. If we roll Saucon, we're sending it.
We want to see that shit. What do you mean?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
It's like the good old days. One of the original races. So there were 3 original races. It was me and our good fellow Dirt Grub, who is no longer with us. He is deceased.
He's
No,
not
he's
done.
not. But but the original 3 races were full damage Rex. It was
Limu.
Saucon, which is double Saw power mode, and it was default NG on pre-DLC. Those were the initial 3 races about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it'd
Very
be cool to see
sloppy
one of those
then,
again.
but we've refined things quite
But
a
yeah.
lot.
Those were multiple day events for a single win, unseated. It was a blast.
Yeah, it was tougher times then. People were still
Without tougher times.
figuring out the game a little bit more and everything like that too. And
Yeah. I was actually doing those races as my E8 win or my Eclipse climb, which was
Yeah.
kind of funny. So we're a little better than we used to be, I think. Game's
Plus
a little easier as
DLC.
well with DLC. Yeah. But yeah, no deaths. Stage 1, thankfully. Cran onto stage 2 with a Void Seed.
It's interesting how he
Valiant.
left the earliest with the most amount of loot as well. He
Yeah,
didn't get
really
the
efficiently.
items that I think I would have wanted him to take out of the stage,
Ooh.
like some AP rounds and stuff, but
Yeah.
he's
Oh.
out here. Oh,
Look at host screen.
yeah. Okay.
Behemoth and a resonance disc. Holy.
Right on the
Host-
complete other side of the stage.
Yeah. And he's still looting more. Those pennies help him so much being able to loot literally everything. And it's
My
paying off.
God.
Good job, host. Jeez.
All right. Well,
Holy. All the AoE. No, I wouldn't say all the AoEs kind of taken care of because resonance disc does take a little bit, maybe with one more AoE item to get multiple kills really quickly in order to stack up the resonance disc, but he's looking so good.
I'm shaking my head. That is ridiculous.
2 red
And-
items, 2 usable red items. Stage 1.
Crazy.
That's huge. Good shit.
Actually massive.
Is he actually going to go into the AP printer as well? He did pick up the hoof. I think he's probably just going to go.
Yeah.
Was it an AP or was it hoof? Am I losing my mind? I could have sworn. Maybe it
Yeah,
wasn't
man.
an AP printer.
There was another printer.
Hmm.
I just don't know what it was because I assume you were right about it. But hey, I don't.
Yeah, I might be wrong.
Yeah, no surprise.
Or else they would have gone into it, I would think. Look at that. Limu also getting the 2 reds.
Nice.
So
All
Cran,
right, so it's
even
just
though
Cran.
he was quicker on stage 1, he didn't get 2 like pretty impactful items. So we'll see how that plays out.
His stage to stage speed was faster, but now he's doesn't have as much acceleration as the other two,
Yeah.
so he's gonna fall behind unless he gets something, or unless they just play it poorly. I don't know.
And that's the gamble
And
of
a
really
band.
trying to pick up the pace and really just trying to get items. Like you can be extremely fast, but if you're missing out on really impactful items, then you're gonna be in Cran's position where
Yeah,
he's going quick. He did find a band, which is really good.
but I
But I
assume they're
still
all gonna
think the
find it too.
behemoth, yeah, that behemoth is
It's
huge.
just massive, and it gives a little
There's
bit of
a
AOE
vase.
to the M2. Ooh,
So Railgunner can pillar skip like really easily without any items with this exact loadout, but still a vase is so impactful, makes the moon a lot quicker, a lot better mobility throughout the rest of the stages as well. That could help him out.
yeah, there were 2 roll a penny printers. That's what it was.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
okay.
insane and dumb.
So host probably printed run one then,
That's probably what happened. Yeah,
which is smart. As your first item, you print a penny out
and an opal.
and then head to TP. Nice.
A lot of printers actually.
Cran going to stage 2 teleporter now. Looks like Limu's opting to finish the seed off. Kind of struggling with it.
All that Cran got was a wrap and a Wungus from the seed, so nothing too great.
Yeah. Really good damage though by Cran.
Something
even though
about
he didn't get
gambles.
the
The
behemoth.
chat is rioting about something.
Oh,
That's your
man.
job.
God, I hate chat sometimes.
Sometimes
Yeah, no, all the time, honestly. Oh, I didn't even hand out the last one. That's why.
you're insane.
Let me go. Let me see what's up.
But look at this. I mean, Cran is still keeping his speed up. He is playing Railgunner very quickly, regardless of how much stuff the other guys have and how powerful they are. They're still just going a little bit slower. It seems like. We'll see if that starts to cross a little bit. Maybe their acceleration will take over a little bit sooner. But for right now, he's at least going quick. He's taking lead.
There were 0 red items leaving stage 5 list run. So GG to the zeros in chat.
Oh, interesting. Host is
All right, how are we
taking more
looking?
of a defensive
Host,
posture from
yeah.
the Beetle Queen here, not really trying to charge CP. He should trying to be
I don't
getting in
understand
there
why.
with the
Yeah.
special. He needs to go in.
You,
I think the
yeah,
band
with
was
all those
from
items, you gotta be comfortable
a
enough.
chest right next to TP. And the Resident just
Oh
actually
yeah, there's a
finished it off
Jaws
for
band
him.
as well.
It's right there next to him.
So
In that ring.
I think Cran's gonna be the only one with the Runals band. Oh no,
and
wait,
Cran
Host
is
has
off
it.
to stage 3.
Cran's looking good still. Like he didn't get the Behemoth Resonance Disc, but still, like it's Railgunner.
It's
He's got
how
a
you use
band.
it.
He's got 2 bands. Yep. He has that vase that neither of them have, so he can really just vase to the other side of the stage, get to the teleporter if he really wants to go quick. And he should be comfortable with his damage.
Honestly, I mean, if he keeps this up, it doesn't matter as much until the Mythrix fight that the other guys have the Behemoth.
Yeah.
Because it's their
But
stage
even
routing that
then-
has taken a long time for him.
Yeah. I think Cran's time that he's saving with his routing might surpass the time save that Behemoth is. We'll see though.
And we'll see. It could definitely be the case. I like the way he's playing though. He's just going. He's sending it. I really would have liked to see him maybe get more speed or something from stage 1, but it's
Yeah.
alright.
Did I not hand out the gamble chat? What the hell? I pressed the button.
Cap.
I pressed the button. You know, there it is. Twitch is being
Okay.
weird.
You're about to be fired. Like Mark.
Banished to racing only.
They want a new one. You gotta give him a new one now.
Yeah.
Crane, unfortunately, he pre-charged his special for the boss to spawn in, but it spawned above the platform, which made it take too long. And his special timed out. He will get a good shot here, though. He's going to wait for the imp to teleport, and then he's going to charge up his special. Never mind. He's going to use his bands on the Templar. It's actually a better call here.
All right, chat. Does anyone use a red cauldron this run? Gamble it.
I mean, I'll tell you what I think. If chat wants. If it wants a free win, but hey, I don't. And a Shatter Spleen. Interesting.
I
So,
mean, hey, if they can
That
get
could
the
be some
attack speed
AoE.
build, if they get the attack speed build with this secondary, they can actually get some pretty good bleed stacks.
Oh no, host.
Polyloot as well.
Host.
Host is good.
Okay.
Oh man.
I saw
find
it
the base
hit
though, which is really good.
the edge of the wall, and I was like, "Uh-oh, dude,
Yeah, that was close.
not again."
Limu looks like he's going over to the base side as well. I think we might see everyone get the base. But Cran doing everything just so much faster. Already halfway done with the teleporter on stage 3.
He's basically just out of here, dude.
Yeah, he's gaming.
Looks like Host is going directly for the TP though, so we'll see
Smart.
if things start to shift. I'm not sure.
Again, the base makes it so huge where you can just kind of hop teleporter to teleporter.
Yeah.
Really saves a lot of time, even though you can, again, skip with Railgunner to the Mythrix Arena without any items with this loadout.
Mhm.
But it's still so beneficial. And they have a scrapper as well. I don't think they really care about scrapping anything at this point.
I don't think so
But
either.
we'll see.
Unless they're going for a red cauldron. Scrap the greens.
True.
But yeah, it looks like Host
He's
is going
skipping
right for
Railgunner.
TP, which
If you look up pillar skips, Risk of Rain 2, I'm sure there'll be my video that pops up kind of explaining a bunch of different pillar skips if you want to check it out.
Pillar Skip with Railgunner is actually itemless. You just have to use your mines and your special and
Any
your
loadout.
M1.
But
Except
you need mines.
you need the mines. You need the push mines, but yeah.
Shameless plug, true.
Yeah,
Well,
next time he
resources,
does
chat.
it, it's $100.
Towards me.
Well, no.
Thanks. Yeah, except when you mess up and die to fall damage. True.
And yes, you can even do it with Supercharge as well. It's a little bit trickier, but I think Zinc has a video on that one as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
there's actually a few different variants that I've also posted in the Discord that we have on Risk of Resources, where if you have just like one mocha or a syringe, you can full on pillar skip without any branch stopping or anything, just right up to the top of the arena.
Yep.
So there's a bunch of different strats that these racers can use to get up to the arena as quick as possible.
If anyone does pillars, they're throwing, actually, like literally. So.
Yep. We will not see pillars. If we do, we might actually have to ban them.
We did unfortunately see Host fail the pillar skip on Railgunner 2 or
Multiple
3
times.
times in a row last
Yeah.
time though. So sometimes it can be a little bit trickier if you're not practiced with it, but that's all the more reason you gotta put in the hours to do your homework.
Yeah.
Practice
Host
the pillar
was
skips.
saying that he has a super secret pillar skip for Railgunner that is faster than anything we've seen before. I have zero idea what it is. I have zero idea if he's actually bullshitting or not, but I guess we'll see if he does it.
I have a theory because there is a method you can use that I figured out the
spawning.
timing for. If you frame perfect. Throw out a mine.
Oh,
At the very end lifetime of your first mine, it'll give you like an omega boost, right? It's just really, really powerful. So if you can
Yeah.
do it frame perfect and you have it like down, you can do it. It could probably give you
that'd be
enough
tight to
boost with
see.
your M1 to post skip, but I don't know.
Is
And
this a GUP event on stage 4, or is it?
and
No, it's just a lot of GUP.
and here we go. Host has just officially passed up Cran.
Nice. Korean taking
It's
more
happening.
time dealing with enemies before heading to TP. Host opting to just jump
Go
TP
right
to
for it.
TP, which with Railgunner, with bands, with Behemoth, and you have the Vase as well, like you can easily do that. You shouldn't have too much trouble. Host is getting pushed out of the teleporter quite a bit, though.
Looks like
Korean
Cran's
looking at the
going right
Korean's
for the
getting the
legendary
legendary.
chest. What a gamer. Hell yeah.
And it was totally worth it.
It was worth it.
There's an ATG as well. Oh, and the
Ooh, he's
band in the trash
thinking.
shop.
Yeah, he had to think about that one
Okay,
for a
yeah,
second, but
that's fair. He already
That's
has
fair.
the Jaros band, so another stack of the Jaros band wouldn't be as impactful as getting a brand new ATG.
Yep.
Also, a Void Cradle. Looks like
Mhm.
Kran is opting to loot before starting the teleporter. He did kill all those GUP to get a lot of money.
It seemed like last stage, it's not that he was having trouble with it in the teleporter, but he probably saw like, okay, this could be a little bit better. So if I get a few more things before, since I
Yeah.
have so much money, it might just be better. But I mean, looking back
Kran,
at Host, he's going quick. He's going fast.
yeah. And Kran opted for an egg instead of a vase. I have zero idea why. I think vase is just the more optimal mobility equipment for this. So I feel like
I
he's
don't know. More
kind of
comfy with
shooting
egg.
himself in the foot with that.
Maybe he just wants the egg for more of a Mythrix fight kind of
Mythrix
advantage
fight
instead
mobility,
of
I guess.
just getting to the fight itself.
Yeah, I guess. I guess whatever he's more comfortable with as long as he doesn't die. But I do think he will lose a decent amount of time compared to if he were to take the base.
Mm-hmm.
Host
It's
is still getting pushed out of the teleporter on this
all
stage
those
4
gup. He's
teleporter.
having to go back and actually deal with them.
Yeah.
It
And
is a
Limu
miracle
opting
though.
to
Host has
loot
the
a good
vase
amount
though.
stage 3.
He won't have to
Yeah.
do the post skip or anything. So looks like
Yeah.
Limu has the vase as well. He is just starting, or he's just leaving. Sorry, my bad.
He's just
I thought he
leaving.
was just starting. I was like, holy.
If he jumps to TP and handles this teleporter better than Host and Kran have been, then
Yeah.
he could be right back in it. That
Honestly,
easy.
the Shatter Spleen mixed with the Resonance Disc here should be pretty good for Host in the mid.
Yeah.
So
Really good AoE to kind of deal with everything. This is where not having the piercing secondary does come into even more play for Kran, though. He doesn't have
yeah,
an insane AoE to begin with, just kind of the Jaros Band and Shatter Spleen, which
he
the
needs
Shatter
to hit
Spleen is
those Shatter
carrying at
Spleen
this point.
shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, he actually is probably glad he doesn't have any crowbars or anything, so they can get the bleed stacks on an enemy and have it explode.
Yeah. Build it up. And there we go. Okay, now Kran is chilling. Host is also chilling. Host 20%
Limu is fighting
more done with the
Satan.
teleporter. Sick.
Yeah.
Lima's also going to find this ATG from the try shop. Unless he blind grabs the band instead. Okay, look, he saw the ATG.
Satan's pushing. Satan down.
Nice.
GG.
We got him, chat.
We got him. I mean, Host just finished the teleporter, and Kran is about to just finish the teleporter. It might be a situation where Kran just leaves. He might have just said, "Okay, I kind of got whatever I wanted."
He
If he
looted
does do
beforehand,
that,
kind of.
no, he's
Oh,
doing a
no,
little
he's
bit
looting
more.
more.
Okay, he wants to.
Which
I
I don't
would
think you need to with this
just
build.
leave.
I don't even think Host needs to. Host is going to get this Interstellar Desk plant from the Legendary Chest and be super happy and excited.
Oh yeah, all those got all
man.
that free money.
Yeah.
I mean, with
You
how
might
many
as
reds he
well,
has so far, yeah, I might as well just try
like,
to
if
roll
you
now.
have the money, like, if someone else got the money, which you got to assume they do because of all those GUP, you got to get it and then be sad about it. Cran's still looting though. I don't think Cran needs to loot.
He needs to
Cran
get out of here.
did a really good job of going TP to TP before this stage,
He needs
but
to
starting
go
this
snipe.
stage, he seems a little wary about moving forward.
He's going in the cave. Don't go in the cave. Get out of here.
Oh,
Oh man,
that's bait.
he's deep. He's going too
Just
far. It
because
looks
the
like Host
cave
is out of here.
gives extra director credits for the stage to spawn interactables doesn't mean it's going to be inside the cave.
Correct.
So you're better off not worrying about taking this huge loop, especially with the egg. Like all that for a single utility chest so far.
And
And the
now
brooch.
the lead he kind of had is kind of blown a bit. And now that Host is
Yep.
already accelerating so much faster with the behemoth and stuff, and the extra speed, it's going to be really tough to
Host is
for him to
looking
catch
very
up.
good.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, Cran taking egg over the vase is going to lose him even more time. This is where
Tough.
routing, again, is so impactful. And Host ended up doing a better job routing on the later stages.
Pretty much just going. Getting out of here. I mean, look at the items that Crane has. Seems to have a lot more, but he just spent a lot more time getting them as well.
Host just put an in his chat. Seems like he's nervous for some
confused
reason and
about
going
something?
all the way to the other side of the stage to deal with his grandparent.
Hmm.
Even though he doesn't have a line of sight for it, I'm not
He
sure
walked
what's
by
going
a
on.
jailer. That might have been. Game froze for a second. Okay. Well,
Oh, okay.
it's playing it safe then.
So even though Host routing is good, we'll see if Cran can deal with this teleporter better than Host going to the complete opposite side of the stage to deal with him.
So keep in mind, because they got here at such a similar time, they're going to have the same void enemies as well. There's going to be the same jailers and whatever else over there at the void seed. So they're going to have very, very
Yep.
similar challenges, actually. It's only the enemies that spawn after, like once you start to play in the stage a little bit more, that's going to start different a little bit. But that egg actually saving Crane a little bit of health there. Jesus.
So Cran dealing with that Solus before heading over to the grandparent. I'm pretty sure the Solus on host screen is still near the grandparent, so
He's trying to get the grandparent to burn so he can kill all the void enemies is what's happening.
Yeah. Let's hope the
It
grandparent
doesn't
doesn't
get
get infested. Yeah.
Crane is paused.
Pause champ.
He's doing something. Okay.
He's just loading in the hacks, you know.
Oh yeah. Easy enough.
Let's see Cran. I hope Cran goes straight for teleporter after dealing with these enemies. He doesn't have to deal with these enemies to begin with.
I don't know why
So he's kind of
here.
just spending time
That's
collecting
a
a little bit
void
of
touch
money.
grandparent. Oh
There
boy.
it is. Bull rugged.
Yeah, so Host
now
is going
more
back
HP
to
on
his
the
little
grandparents.
island
Yeah.
to shoot it from afar.
And no line of sight still has to deal with the Solus that Cran killed in the first 10 seconds they spawned in.
Oh boy.
They're both kind of not optimally dealing with this stage in different ways. Cran's not really having any urgency to leave, and Host is struggling to just deal with the enemies to begin with.
Limu is about to enter stage 5 right now, though, so we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, Limu's again in a spot where he is behind, but if he plays the stage right and plays it optimal and routes it good, he can still take the lead, even though he's been behind basically the whole run.
I mean, he has the behemoth too, right? Let's not count him out necessarily.
It's a very good build. He has 5 AP rounds.
Dude, get out of here.
Like,
killing me.
You got the AoE you need. You have Shatter Spleen AoE on top of the Resonance Disc AoE. You have the rocks also that you can use to your advantage with Resonance
interesting
Disc.
too, because up until this point, at least most of them have been just trying to get to TP and just trying to go quick.
Yeah.
And it's only as the run has gotten longer been just tougher for them to do that. They've just been wanting more stuff, more loot.
Yeah.
Do you think they're kind of
interesting because it's Railgunner?
Yeah. Do you think they're just not as confident somehow with the Mythrix fight with this build in some way? Looking for more movement or something?
Maybe the no feather and but they do have mobility equipment too, so they should feel comfortable. And it looks like Limu is kind of doing the same thing. He's staying back. Here we go. Now Limu's going into the teleporter. Like, Host is only at 25% on the teleporter, and he finished the boss. If Limu can just handle these enemies and deal with the boss, that's really not that hard to deal with cryo charge, bans, behemoth, AP rounds.
You
Like
can do it.
this should be a fairly breezy teleporter for Limu. And it should have been a pretty breezy teleporter for Host, but it seems like he's again going all the way to the other
Why is he
side of
over
the
here?
stage.
What is this?
It's kind of like the situation that we saw with Disputed in one of the races where he was playing Rex and he was so scared about fighting Mythrix that he would stand on top of the ramps and
Yeah.
miss basically all of his shots because he was so scared.
And then
I
he
feel like this
took
is kind of the
damage
same situation.
because he was on top of the ramps, and you just kind of get
Yeah.
hit from there anyway. Which
Limu
I
playing
mean,
the TP a little aggressive.
Cran
Took a
with a
little bit of hits.
+5 full rock,
Oh
full
man,
boulder to the face. Got the full
damn,
hook. Oh
that's
boy.
rough.
Well,
After playing so solid for the rest of the
yeah.
run, and now a +5 and taking a lot of sun damage, he's okay. He's a lot of reps.
Woolly.
Yeah, he got woolly, dude.
Oh man. Yeah, he stood there and just saw the arms spinning, and he
And
took
a
the whole
rock.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
tough.
Limu should get one more good cryo charge into the hand of the grandparent. He used his bands though, so it's not gonna finish
Oh,
off the
dude,
grandparent.
he got slammed by that
Yeah,
brass contraption. That
that
was.
bell.
Oh my god.
Limu should go in there now. Like
He should just shoot the
he
boss
will
right
be
now,
able to finish. Yeah.
and he's
Okay.
done. Good job. He is
Didn't
at
have to get it void
18%,
touched.
10%.
Look at Host.
18.
Host again.
Where
Like,
is he going?
It really is that situation that Disputed had with the Rex Mythrix fight. Like they're just so
What's happened?
scared for some reason.
I want to
that
try
they
to get
default
inside his head
to
here,
a
but
very weird strat.
I don't know what he's doing.
Like it's Railgunner with bands. You have speed, Behemoth, Spleen AoE.
He's trying to do
I
something.
don't understand.
Oh wait,
What is
wait,
such
wait,
a
wait, wait.
threat?
It's a void gup.
Is
Hosts?
it in the crab trap?
No, it's just walking around. Hosts,
Okay.
biggest fear, by the way, chat, is
Oh.
falling and gup. So the gup might just be enough for him to
Just
move out of
triggering
the
him
way.
to go to
Is that
the
a void
complete
gup? Yeah, it
opposite
is.
side of the stage.
Okay. That might be what it is. Even though he does have Shadow Sling.
charge.
And
Yeah, one cryo
Behemoth.
charge, so deal with it.
Again, I don't know. I'm guessing, but hey.
The only thing scarier than Mythrix is Cap when he's angry. True.
That is
Don't
true,
fuck
actually.
with me.
Not for the reason you might think. He just cries a lot.
Yeah.
It's really embarrassing.
It's scary in a pathetic way, but
Look at this. Limu is actually the same
Yep.
charge right now. So
Limu done with the teleporter.
But Host
Again,
might leave
that's all-
immediately.
that's all he needed.
is.
Host is leaving.
Limu's
immediately.
gonna
Limu, I
get some
hope
more
so.
stuff.
He's gonna loot though. Yeah, he has
He's
that
gonna go
void
after the
seed that I think
seed.
he's gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's still anyone's game. As long as Limu doesn't spend too much time on the stage, if he just gets this void seed and heads out, there's still a good chance that you can take this. We'll see though.
We'll see. It's really
Safer
tough to lose
spaces.
out on the time. Ooh, Safer Spaces is good. Host doesn't have very much defense here. He has enough speed, but he has no feather, no rose bucklers, no opals, no Safer Spaces, no bears. So if he gets hits, he takes it. Cran even with the Safer
Speed,
Spaces
mine,
as
and
well.
base.
So, all right. I need
Limu
Limu
should
to
leave
leave
here. Limu's still looting.
a little bit.
Cran is actually going to leave before Limu.
Yep.
This is where having speedrun experience... Okay, Limu's actually getting another Runald's bin, which is pretty huge. But I still think that speedrunning experience does come into play here for Railgunner, where you really can be extremely comfortable finishing this Mythrix fight off with pretty minimal items on Railgunner.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really need
Looks
to
like
loot
he's
this
going
much
now.
at all.
He's going right for it.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted what was
Okay.
like nearby, but even still.
Yeah.
It was
It's
good he got the
still
ban
a
though.
1 to 2 minute time loss, unfortunately.
Yep.
It's just all these micro.
Ooh. Look at Host. He already got slapped, it looks like. So
Oh, yep.
he does have one shot protection if his health is full right now.
He might
With
have taken
11
fall
stacks.
damage
That is true.
from the pillar skip.
I mean,
He does have the Chrono Bobble and the Reynolds Band slow, which is helping slow him down along with the Cryo Charge, which is really good.
Limu has the chance to take it from host right now.
Let's go,
He's got to
Limu.
get
Let's
up
see
there.
it. We see
He can
Cran
play way more
having to do
aggressively.
the egg pillar skip,
Yeah.
which it's faster to not even use the egg to pillar skip.
Yeah.
just use the
pillar
actual
skip
railgun or
normally,
pillar skip.
and then maybe supplement it with egg or something. I don't know.
Yeah, egg the rest of the way or something. But yeah, this is why Vase is
Limu starting the fight.
way
Host
better
about
for
to
this.
end phase 1 right now.
hosting Mythrix.
He just missed barely at the end there, which is just going to cost him a little bit extra time, unfortunately.
Is Cran gonna make it with his last egg?
Wait. Oh, please. He can double mine.
Cran has
He's
a double
good.
mine.
Yeah, he's good.
If he does it.
Okay.
You gotta eat it. Good.
Limu has an
Good job, Cran.
ATG. Host doesn't.
He also has an extra Reynolds band compared to Host.
Yeah.
And substantially more AP rounds. Look at that. 4 more AP rounds on
Oh,
Limu
man.
than Host.
Dude,
this is actually going to be acceleration right here from Limu.
Oh,
He's already done
leaning
with phase
forward
1.
now. All he has to do
Phase
is
2
not
should be
die to
breeze.
pizza. He's good.
Oh, dude.
He's in phase
Don't
2.
say that.
He's going to pass up Host right now.
He's going to pass him up super easily. Look at those
Already,
AP rounds.
already pass.
Yep.
Okay.
Done.
It's time. Oh,
ATG
boy.
coming in from the cryo charge. That's going to
He's using his
that
cryo charge
entire
well.
enemy if it reaches him. Yep.
Nice.
That ATG hit.
He's waiting for crowd charge
Holy
to
Limu.
kill Mythrix to spawn in. Here we go with bands are up right now.
Phase 3.
Oh,
No crowbars. Still good damage though.
really good.
This is where Limu really needs to just focus in. Really try not to die to
Focus
pizza
up.
here.
Does he have a phase 4 skip? He does have a band, yeah.
He's so far away from
Uh-oh,
Mythrix
he's
too.
so
He does
far
have Saber
away.
Spaces and an Opal, so he can probably tank 2 full Mythrix pizzas.
Uh-huh.
But hopefully he doesn't.
He's good.
This is where the ads come into play, and it seems like Limu kinda gets a little nervous with the ads, but we'll see how
It
he
seemed
handles
like
it.
he did use his M2 there instead of the cryo charge when he had his bands up, which is kind of a misplay. He is using... Oh, no, he's going to
Yeah.
phase 4 skip right here.
Is this going to be enough damage for a phase 4 skip?
If
No
he-
crits. If he crit.
If he crit, no. Oh my god, he almost pizzaed again.
Oh my
Stop,
god. He has
stop,
no
I
saber
can't watch.
spaces. Your saber spaces.
Okay.
Oh!
No one got hit by it, dude. Dude, if he had just hit Mythrix in the head, it would have been over. He has to live.
Alright, just
If
run
he
away.
lives, listen, if he lives, he phase 4 skips, easiest game in the world. He just has to not die right now. Right now. Okay.
Just land the
hit
shot.
him.
Land
hit him.
it.
Hit him.
Land it. Oh.
Good job. Good job.
Oh man.
Dude.
Fucking shit.
Host is still not doing very well at phase 3 right now. I mean, he just got in, I believe, but he's kind of vasing from side to side.
That 1 AP round compared to 5 AP rounds on Limu.
I think
and
he's a
Cran has
little bit
3.
concerned about the movement here.
Oh,
He has 5
good shit,
posts,
Limu.
but oh my god.
Limu clocking in a 36 minute. Very good. Oh man.
Man, you love to see it, dude.
I mean, we were saying it ever since stage 3. Like Limu is behind, yes, but
Yeah, he
if
has
he
a
just
good
plays
build.
it well,
Yeah.
he has a very good build.
And
he did
he's
very
up
well.
in the air right now. I hope he gets safer spaces by the time he lands. Okay. Or like if he gets
Yeah,
hit by pizza on the way down,
Yeah, the
dude,
pizza
he's
on the
dead.
way down, that'd be so
Dude,
funny.
don't grub it. I'd
so
lose
funny.
my mind. Just stand on the ship, man. Jesus.
Jeez.
Host is
That
playing
came
it a
down.
little bit more dangerous with the pizza stuff, because if he gets hit by pizza here, he is dead. He's going
Host
for more of an
probably is in range
aggressive
to
approach.
phase 4 skip on the next jump, I would
It
think.
should be.
With
He's
the
just
execute
gonna
along
play it
with
safe.
the cryo
He's gonna
charge.
don't get needled
Yep.
from behind. Ugh, okay. Looks like Crane's playing it a little bit safer, kind of like on the ramp, just trying to get a height away a little bit. Good job, Limu, dude. Holy hell.
Good job, Limu. Look at that. He's so excited.
Holy.
Happy he got out of that run without a death. Just
Host
lost
with the
to
phase
watch.
4
That's
skip.
all.
Good job. Cran almost finished
One
off phase 3.
more cryo charge should do it for him, I think. Maybe.
Yeah. Man, that was a good one.
That was That was good.
Let's
That was
bring in
very
Limu
good. It
right
was
now.
those AP rounds. Yeah, bring them in.
Hey, what up?
Hey,
Hey, hello.
So congrats, you won that loadout. Really good, really well done. You
really good time.
scared the hell out of us in pizza. Okay,
Right at
you
the end again.
you were, and what happened was you didn't get the crit when he landed for the phase 4 skip, so you had to go through pizza, and then that's when you got hit by it, and then it was like, oh my god, dude, it was close, but you did it, and congratulations. How was that run for you?
It was good. Yeah, I was definitely thanking the 2 opals afterwards. Big clutch.
Yep.
I don't think I missed the crit though, did I? Like I was sure I couldn't even skip it at that point. I
I
just
think
wanted to
you
get him as close to phase 3 as possible with that
think you
R.
missed it.
Oh. Well, either way, it was not my intention to try to go for a phase 4 skip there. I just wanted to get him low enough. Yeah, I was too far away from pizza realistically. Overall, the stages
Yep.
1 started off good until I activated the TP, and yeah, I was not expecting overloading golems to appear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all 3 of you had pretty similar issues on that, so don't worry too much about that. I think
Yeah.
you did do it a little. No, you were about the same as host, but I think Cran played that teleporter the best,
Yep.
actually.
So one thing
Yeah.
that Cran didn't get, he didn't get the 2 red stage 1 like you and host did.
Oh.
So you had quite the advantage on that
Yeah.
front. You also
Yeah.
had the advantage of going into all those AP rounds. You got to the fight, the Mythrix fight, a little bit later than host, but you blew right past him because you just had all that damage. You had the ATG,
All
which you
that
didn't have.
speed.
You had the stay for spaces, which you didn't have. You had all the extra AP
4 more
rounds. You had
AP
the
rounds.
opals.
He rushed
dude.
real hard then, didn't he? I took a little bit of time looting around because I saw a couple of APRs in like multi-shops, so if I knew it was there, I went out of my way to go back for them, and I got a couple
Yeah.
of lucky ones as well. My watch came actually from the gamer chest, which also really helped a lot because that's just like double the damage for free.
Oh, let's
Yeah, I
bring
think
in
actually
the
Cran
other
had the
guys.
best pace so far and throughout the run, but the later stages you really were accelerating extremely well. What's up, Cran and host?
Hey,
How did that feel for you guys? What were some positives, some negatives?
Honestly, felt like a great run.
Crowd control. I mean, I had an armor piercing round and all that, but I felt, having a behemoth, having one of each band, I thought it would be nice, even a shatter spleen, but I was wrong. Was not able
Yeah.
to kill some stuff.
So, host, you had the stage 5 fiasco where you were kind of basing back and forth across the stage.
I
And
can't
kind of struggling
kill.
with the AoE and stuff,
Yeah.
even though you did have pretty
No.
solid AoE,
I mean,
I would think.
I could do that, and then I'm just gonna get 2 more Gup or Elders. It was honestly faster just for me to go back and forth.
Debatable, but anyways, Cran, you missed out on Behemoth and Resonance Disc stage 1 because you
Really?
opted in
Yep.
for kind of the faster route and not worrying as much about looting, which can be extremely beneficial, can also result in you missing out on pretty solid items. And both Limu and Host got those.
I feel like we had amazing damage even without the behemoth, honestly.
Yeah.
yeah,
You, like
it was a really good
even
run.
with your build, Cran, you still, if you were a little more confident, I think, with the build, I think you could have got an extremely good time. And you still did a really good job, even with the +5, unfortunately. But really good attempt, even though you were kind of out the Behemoth and Resonance Disc from the beginning.
Shout out to nobody dying from the jump scare overloading golems.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Everyone
That
lived.
is true.
GG's.
Everyone lived.
I think it's the first time that we've seen a horde of golems in stage 1 that no one's died to. So
It really
Congrats.
helps to have the cryo.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
high elo players, you should try doing that sometime.
True. I got through my full damage Rex golem event unscathed. I think Host, you did as well.
And then I
Yeah.
I died stage 2. And it took
Yeah.
like 17 minutes. You fucking blasted through that. Man. What a
Anyways, good job though. Really
Yeah,
solid
overall-
runs.
What equipments did everyone
Limu
have?
extremely clutch with those 5 AP rounds.
Vase and egg.
okay,
overpassing.
that's how he won. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Host, you got to the Mythrix fight before Limu, but Limu, obviously with the 5 AP rounds. An extra
Where
rune
was
holds
the
banned.
printer?
There was no printer.
No printer.
Oh, you just okay.
Nat-
Yeah, I mean, I
all
was trying to
natural.
rush through.
Did anyone go into speed?
Oh yeah,
I got one hoof.
I 5 hoofed up as soon as stage 1 was over.
Oh, that was actually another thing. Cran, you opted for the egg instead of vase. Why? What was
So-
your thought process?
I knew I had damage. I felt like I could kill anything pretty safely, and I was thinking I'd rather the egg for like the pseudo feather than a vase because it's just
That's what I
more
thought.
natural mobility.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we were thinking. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
smart.
thought I had.
It
I
did
thought I had a feather
waste time.
run. I almost roasted.
Well, guys, last loadout coming up. This is the last one of the day. Host and Limu
Acrid.
are tied right now. So whoever gets ahead of each other here wins today. So good luck, guys. We're about to go into
Bite
it.
melee accurate. Okay.
Good luck.
I've only
Cran, you got to
practiced this
disrupt
about-
this.
Yeah, I gotta steal fast real quick on this one.
You do.
Good luck. Good luck.
I've only practiced this loadout about 50 times the past week. So
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. This is host's favorite loadout / character in the game, by the way. So
Yep.
he has been doing actual speedrun attempts with it, but that I don't know if that's going to be a huge advantage or disadvantage when you're kind of used to going too fast with a character in the
Yeah.
speedrun attempt. It might be a different mindset here because we're looking for fast, but we're also looking for stable.
Consistent.
If we're
Yeah.
going a little bit too risky, it might be there's no restarts to help you out. But we'll see.
Yeah. And we
I-
saw in the
th-
last race, I actually was on the bandit run and did treat it more like a speed run than I should have. And
Mhm.
it really does bite you in the ass. It's not the same play style from the gauntlet events and speed running. Like you do want to be quick and you do want to be comfortable with minimal items, but there's a certain point where like if you rush too much, it's detrimental to your speed. You could die a lot easier.
That being
We'll see if
said,
hosts
it is Acrid. And
Yeah.
the thing we know about Acrid, all you need is speed, baby. It's
Poison Acrid.
Speed, yeah. Huge asterisk. Like
Yeah.
eclipsing the word itself.
specifically poison acrid.
Yeah. Poison and speed is a god combo. So as long as you can get to the moon and you can avoid it being hit by Mythrix with a little bit of movement speed, you win
Yep.
in several minutes.
Looking for
so.
spit and dip gameplay right now.
Mm-hmm. But let's see. So Siphon Forest is usually one that I think a couple of the Acrid speedrunners have been like resetting on and stuff because I guess the blind pests are a little bit of a problem. Host actually electing to hit the mountain shrine here.
All right.
And it paid off
That
because
gives
he
him
only
a
has
greater
one
wisp.
greater wisp. It could have been bad,
Easy. That could
actually.
have been
But
really bad. Triple Beetle Queen or something like that.
yeah, it paid off extremely well. I don't think
We'll see
anyone's
if
going to get
the
the kind of
item
bonus that he's getting here.
Is good. Lima's looking at it. Mountain
I think he was
Shrine?
just looking at
Nah,
something behind
nah.
it, an enemy. That being said, Host is going to get blasted a bit here. Just lost his elixir. That is...
Lost his first item.
He has no items anymore. That mending Greater Wisp is actually healing the golem and the pests, which is out healing his poison, which is actually funny.
Yeah.
But let's
So
see.
this is the issue with getting a stage 1 where you have more than one type of flying enemy with bite acrid is you don't have a ton of ways to deal with flying enemies unless you wait for epidemic. And if you miss your epidemic once, then you got to wait a whole other 10 seconds. So it's harder to deal with flying enemies, especially when you are rushing and you're not getting as many items.
He's already coping.
And with this loadout,
He misses
he's already
epidemic.
in a position where he's
boy.
got to wait for epidemic instead of really feeling comfortable, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
And this is why I think Host specifically should have known that. And I think
This is the speedrunner mentality.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what he has been practicing for the past couple weeks, and he has been getting pretty decent times. But it
Again,
does
with speedrunner
require
mentality,
speedrunning is
you
all
reset.
resetting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And not caring about deaths because you can just start up another run. But this, you have to make sure your one run is able to survive and be at a decent pace.
So it looks like
And in
Crane
this
got
case, it's
regular
tough.
Greater Wisps, which do not heal the things around them. It is kind of
All right.
tough though, right? Because like that's still a lot of Greater Wisps shooting, and you can't really avoid it very well.
Yeah.
But
If he just runs around the teleporter though and keeps the poison up, he should be
you just
okay
gotta
as
keep
long as he
jumping.
keeps
Yeah.
survivability.
As long as he keeps sleeping, he'll be okay.
Yep. And host outside the teleporter once again, wasting time while trying to kill the enemies instead of Kran's way, which is staying inside the teleporter as much as he feels comfortable with, and also dealing with the bosses.
And he's getting a decent amount of healing here as well. Oh, he is starting to take a little bit of damage though. The overloading Wisp there is actually giving him some problems. Oh, and a +5 for Kran.
Oh, Kran. See, like Kran was doing it good, but you got to know when you have to bail out. Unfortunately,
This is
and
rough.
look at this. Limu's almost 3 minutes into the run and has a single
One item.
gas and $27.
What is happening?
I don't. He
No
hasn't been
teleporter start
able to
at
kill
all?
anything.
I don't know.
Look at all those wisp.
Maybe he's just not practiced with poison acrid with bite. Could be a situation
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
because he doesn't have the Hagrid skin on. I think he's
Oh,
been practicing with a Hagrid skin, and we don't allow that in the races, unfortunately. So
yeah, that is unfortunate.
I'm sure that's why.
Double Rose Buckler for host coming up soon is going to be huge, though. Actually,
Yeah,
but man, he's still outside
at
the
what cost,
TP.
you know?
But I mean,
Yeah.
all he has to do is beat Limu, and we're looking at
Yeah,
Limu
Kran
right now.
already.
This is already a very unfortunate start. I think everyone kind of played it a little bit poorly so far at the start, in my opinion. But
Yeah, at least Limu got the gas, honestly, though. This will
yeah,
help him clear out pretty much all of the flying enemies that Host has been struggling with in just like one epidemic. Because, again, chat, poison doesn't kill, but literally any source of outside damage will finish the enemy off because
An
it's at literally
epidemic
1 HP.
Epidemic has base damage when it applies to an enemy.
Yeah.
It does 100% damage in addition to applying poison. So
Yeah.
if all you ever pressed ever with no items was R, you'd still kill everything completely.
Yep.
So
So
very
there's
important.
basically no disadvantage to poison leaving enemies at 1 HP at all. That should never be anything you're scared of. Because you're dealing so much damage regardless with poison. It's substantially more than Blight would be.
So what Lemon needs to do is, he needs to jump in here and he needs to start biting
he's
the
getting in there.
golems, start hitting.
And again,
Host
the gas,
is feeling
it allows him
threatened
to stay in
though.
the teleporter.
Even still,
look
he
at
still
Host.
can't charge it. There's so many pests and golems, and he's feeling that still a little bit concerned here.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Host.
Man.
Oh, gee. That double
Host is
Reckler actually
looking
saved him
extremely
there.
rough here. Yeah, it is.
He's almost done with the teleporter, though. If he can just finish it off here. He
This
does
is
have the double Reckler.
where
He can do it.
Spending a little more time for items before the teleporter. Again, the speedrun mentality and how it's not as beneficial for the races.
Mm-hmm.
And it's showing today.
Captain Yanks, are you playing on console? Because if you're playing on console, no perfected elites for you.
Rough. Do they ever get them? I guess they might get the lunar event on stage 10 Sky Meadow.
It's
maybe
all bugged.
Yeah, who knows? Console's so jank.
There are literally hundreds of game-breaking bugs for consoles. So at the moment,
you'll get an update eventually, maybe.
Cool. Looks like Host is now electing to go loot a little bit more. Him and Limo are done. So really, what we are looking at right now in this race is Limu versus Host. Whoever wins this specific loadout wins today overall.
Yep.
So, I mean, I love Kran to bits, but also he does have +5, and he can upset the rankings a little bit here. But I mean, he can stop someone, for example, for getting a +5 or not a +5, a bonus point or something.
This is actually pretty cool. We see the PSG printer on stage 2, and Kran is a lover of PSGs. He loves going into them. He's going all in, which honestly, he shouldn't die at this point. PSG, if you stack enough of it, you can gain so much HP where you barely even take Eclipse 8 Curse because of how much extra health you have. So, like, he's extremely tanky right now. He didn't really give up anything too beneficial, I don't think, for white items.
Probably his gas,
and
though,
he should
right?
just try to rush at this point. I don't even think he got the gas.
He got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Host is still looting now, and he says so few items. It doesn't like really feel like he killed
Yeah.
anything during the TP. So
Happiest
is he going
mask
for
large
the
chest on
okay?
Cran's screen right next to the teleporter. I'm sure that everyone's gonna get that
Oh,
smile.
ooh, yeah, that's a smile. It's so nice of Twitch to upload a happy mask emote as a
Yeah.
global emote, dude.
So sick.
Good on them.
Wait, let's look at Cran's screen a little bit. Let's see him if he does take damage. It really shouldn't be too bad. Unless it's like a super scary enemy, of course, but
He got tagged a little bit by that pest. He is
he's kind of
taking
taking
hits.
everything though.
Yeah.
Opting to leave and let poison do its work. Not as optimal, but it will get the job done.
It will work. It will do it. Again, the thing is, like Cap was saying though, but since Eclipse Date Curse is predicated upon damage compared to percent of max health or whatever, he has way more health now, right? And so if he takes a hit that would normally do half of his health, and now suddenly it's 25 or 20% of your health, that's way less curse. Way more survivability that way. So I mean, he does have a large curse bar still right now though. He's
And
kind of
Limu's
leaning into
Limu's
it.
looking very good. He has a crowdfunder and a saw on his screen. He's probably gonna take the saw, and he does have the gas that Host doesn't have. So I think he should be able to deal with stuff a lot easier than Host is.
He needs to
Host is again playing extremely
spare
aggro.
drone parts on Limu.
Oh man. That's so far away too. That's complete
Yeah.
opposite side of spawn.
I don't know if Host is gonna go for it. This
I don't know if Host is gonna have
is
enough money for it.
huge.
Host is also taking a
It's
Genesis
a key
loop.
box. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
He has the 2 Recklers and the Opal. It just saved his life, actually.
Oh Jesus.
Unbelievable.
Okay, well,
Limu's actually
got the boss
taking
done.
the saw, or putting the saw in the equipment drone because he has spare drone parts, and he's probably going to go back for the crowdfunder, which is, again, huge.
Really smart.
Like, you know, as good as saw is and can be used for the teleporter boss, like, another source of damage just forever is massive.
Oh,
he needs to
Limu's
go
gonna
the
take fall
teleporter,
damage
though.
Oh man.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's a lot.
The thing is, if Host does not find that key box on the other side of the map this stage, he will get a different item for his key when he opens it next stage. If he opens it next stage. So he's got to go. Pick it up. We'll see, though. I mean, he might just leave, though. He might just be comfortable enough with what he has. The 2 Recklers, Opal, a little bit of speed. He might just say, hey, we'll get out of here. So, it's hard to say.
Yep. Was that an ocular HUD that dropped on Limu's screen next to the teleporter? If it was,
that would be a
then
good
an
for
equipment drone,
drone.
ocular HUD drone parts, because ocular HUD does still get used by equipment drones.
That damage.
And if it does have drone man,
yeah,
dude, it's insane.
Please.
He's gonna take it too.
Oh my god!
Oh my, that was actual last second, dude. Holy shit! It is an ocular HUD. So again, equipment drones with drone parts can crit with ocular HUD, which is extreme damage.
The drones were on cooldown, and they were just like, oh my god.
Look at him, he's cheesing. He's like, almost fucking died. Jesus.
My god. I need to like stand up. I can't handle it. This is so much pressure.
Cran printed away his key to PSG. He's not able to get the drone parts.
No.
He tried to open it.
No.
Oh man, dude. Hopefully you can find another key or something. If not, I mean,
it's tragic.
Like again, he can't win this loadout race, but it's still like we still want to see him win.
We want to see everyone win the loadouts that they play, regardless of
Yeah.
whatever. But dude,
that's rough. He is opting to print a little or scrap a little bit.
Host is gonna go and loot
he's
more. It
gonna-
looks like he is going over to where the spare drum parts are. By the way, Limu needs to book it. He needs to leave.
Yeah,
like just straight up.
leave.
Like,
why is he standing there?
He's charging.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah, he's playing the game.
Host is actually gonna.
Host is gonna get it right now.
Nice. Okay. So not a GG yet for Limu since they are kind of evened out. Limu does have the equipment drone that Host doesn't have. Maybe Host will find it as well.
Host gonna open it right now.
Host
Once
won't
he gets
have the ocular HUD.
He's gonna leave immediately, pretty much.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah, he's gonna get right out of here, probably.
Actually, I think he saw the equipment barrels and he thought he'd go for it, which is fair. I think
Mm-hmm.
we'll get the crowdfunder from this one.
Dude, Crane went back to the fucking PSGs,
Dude,
dude.
he's getting more PSG. I
Oh
told
my
you.
God.
he scrapped specifically to get more PSG.
What am I watching? Dude. Dude,
I
Limu
told
went
you,
back
he
to get
fucking
more
loves
loot where he
PSG.
was, where the
Oh.
key box was. What is he doing?
He had the watch over there. He probably should have got that before he even left for the teleporter.
This isn't really about damage anymore, chat room. If they leave, all they need right now is speed. Like literally, actually, their damage is just poison and drone parts. They need drones and they need to go. The fact that Crane is the first
Yep.
person out of here is crazy when the other two have spare drone parts.
And Crane
And
spent
he's
so much
scrapping.
time printing 10 PSGs.
I am like,
Holy.
my head is in my hands. I'm just like,
I wonder if Crane's going to take first for this run, just because his pace is actually the best out of all three of them. I
don't
mean,
know.
but the drone parts will speed up the other two racers.
Why is Limu still doing
Limu,
shit?
again, in this spot that he's already looted, Limu's routing,
It's all routing.
this stage is not good. This has wasted Limu at least 3 minutes. Just
What is
his
he
routing
trying to
alone
print?
on this stage.
He's still looting. He doesn't need items. Get out of here, please.
He has drone part speed. You're accurate with poison. Okay, we'll see.
I'm
I
in
mean,
physical
we saw
pain.
last run. He did take a little slower, and he did end
This
up
is
winning
accurate
still.
though.
But
This is a different
is,
situation
yeah,
with drone parts. This is
a run where you do just have to be confident, and you have to know that you have the damage.
he just got to go to TP right now. He can come
Yeah.
back. Host is taking a little bit of time to do stuff.
Find a
He
little bit of
needs to
speed,
go.
which is good.
Host just
Host
found
finding
speed.
the energy drink.
Yeah. Host is doing the TP. See,
Again,
like,
just find speed. That's all he's looking for.
oh,
A gas burner as well if he needs it. I don't think he does though.
there's a hoof on that cliff there. He might go back for or go for now. I don't know, but
All right, who gets the TC 280 on this stage for the drone parts? Huh?
is there a TC?
I hope not, but maybe. It'll be way too expensive for any of them to get though.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Why is there no gamble?
I don't like chat.
I don't
How many times
either,
I have to
but
say
give
this?
them something to distract them so we don't have to deal with them.
True.
Come on.
Drone Man from Bloom was a previous gamble. All right.
All right, Limit did get the hoof, but he needs to get out of here. Again, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing it.
It's way too much routing errors, I should say. They should feel confident. 100%. Cran has a Scorpion
Okay.
and Crowdfunder.
What the fuck?
And Limu also has a Crowdfunder. If Limu finds the Scorpion, this is gonna accelerate him so much faster too, along with the drone parts.
Where was it, chat?
Yeah, chat, where was it? Chat, I'll give you 5 minutes. Yellow from stage 5. Yes or no?
It was
It was
just
on
in
stage 3? Oh, wait, that's this stage.
It's yeah.
Okay.
Congrats. You figured it out. Yeah, it's in a large chest, I think. I mean, host is down with the TP. He might just leave right now. He should.
No, he's leaving.
Honestly. Oh,
Maybe
man.
just a little bit. Might just grab the couple chests near TP and head out, but we'll see. He might be enticed to loot a little bit more.
Man, he is enticed. He doesn't have that much money
mean,
though, so he
If
can't
he
be too
finds that
greedy.
Scorpion,
He won't. He's on the other side of the map now of it, I think.
yeah.
So
Is that a speed printer? What was that?
you saw what you wanted
Inside
to
the
see.
cave.
I don't know. Let me see, actually.
Next to host.
You know, I looked at it, but
Is it a mocha maybe?
it was gasoline.
Oh, was that it? Okay.
Yeah, you saw exactly what you wanted.
They don't need that. Yeah, I mean, a speed printer would be kind of nice. All in. Don't even worry about your other white items.
I always conflate it to like being in a desert and like seeing the mirage of water. And you're like, oh, dude.
Yeah, the
but
Oasis.
It's just a speed printer. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually just an Aegis instead of an ICBM.
Host was right over. He just didn't have the money. Couldn't afford it.
All right, let's see if Limu finds it. There's a Shrine of Order on the stage, which
No,
I
no,
love
no,
me
no.
a shorter Acrid, but not the time.
House is going right for stage 4 TP. Again, this
Yep,
is what you
what you
need
should
to
do.
do with spare drone parts. And especially Acrid. They have the movement speed. They can skip pillars, right? Like, they're good to go. They gotta get out of here. Uh-oh. There's Gup on
A lot
host
of
screen,
Gup.
though. Uh-oh.
Yep, he's gonna leave.
Yeah, he's gonna leave for sure.
He's actually taking the high approach. Let's see if he gets bombarded by crabs. He's leaving. Okay.
Looks like Limu's gonna find it. He's gonna find the Scorpion right now. Massive. Again, he needs to go. He's still looting. He's looking
Yeah.
around for more
Ooh,
stuff.
Limu found the Scorpion. And I see
Yeah.
chat saying that Scorpion's not good on Acrid, but you
He has
gotta
Crowdfunder.
also know that Crowdfunder 1.0 proc coefficient, there's
Shoots very
nothing
fast.
stopping them from getting extremely good
Here's the
Scorpion
thing,
stacks.
chat room, right? The Scorpion gives a debuff on the enemy itself so that they take more damage, and especially with spare drone parts, that's a lot more damage from all of these
Yep.
incoming sources. So
And your
that's what we're
poison's
looking
also
at.
multiplied by that.
Correct.
Even without Crowdfunder, it's still like very beneficial
Mm-hmm.
to have. Especially with the aggro play style that these players will do against Mythrix. They're going to
They
get in
have
there.
to.
They're going to use their primaries, their bite, their leap. Scorpion's very good here. And a ukulele on top of that for even more AoE Scorpion procs from the stage 4 teleporter.
Need money, but by the time that you finish skipping up all the way the tree with Acrid, your drones with spare drone parts should have killed enough things to get at least a little bit of money for Mythrix.
And if not, even farming a little bit on phase 2 wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, you'll get enough money to make some sort of difference with Scorpion,
It's not going to
even
be
if
a
it's
fast
not
phase 2
massive.
fight. Yeah. We'll have to rely on drone parts for most of their kills there.
Limu not starting the TP yet is a problem.
Yeah.
He's looking at loot.
Limu
He
needs
shouldn't
to
even
know
be.
that this is all you need. He has the Scorpion crowdfunder
starting
on
it
top
now,
of
though.
it too. Okay. I wouldn't even worry about conserving money and using crowdfunder to just blast through this as fast as possible.
Yep.
There's no more looting that you really need. Use the crowdfunder as much as you can.
He is playing this teleporter very well, though. I will say
Yep.
so far.
Doing his circles.
And
Not
again,
getting
he
hit by the
shouldn't
guppy
even
yet.
he shouldn't even really be looking for items as much as he should be drones, right? Because that's going
Yeah.
to be like the main difference here. You can do poison damage and stuff, and you should be looking for speed, I suppose. But it's going to be the drones are going to like actually really
Yeah.
carry.
Just a
And it's
couple more drones can be
we're looking
so
at that
impactful.
difference right now between Host and Limu. Limu has more drones. I think he just lost one, unfortunately, though, or something. But he does have more drones, so that might end up being an advantage later. I mean, he already has a Scorpion, so this is that too, but
I think Limu will opt to loot though, unfortunately, and give
Host is already
even
out.
more of an edge. Yep. Host already on to stage 5.
Dude. Oh. I want to have Limu have a chance, but he needs to leave, like, pretty much immediately.
Yep.
He's looking at his drone that fell there. It did die, so he's going to get that pretty much immediately, it looks like. I just want to, like, shake him and just be like, leave!
Fucking leave. We'll see. I hope he does kind of realize that, oh, I have Scorpion, crowdfunder, drone parts, poison, mobility.
Yep.
That's all you need on Acrid.
Maybe he's just concerned he doesn't have enough mobility, but I don't know.
Maybe.
If he gets this
But
drone
that-
and leaves,
like-
he's amazing. He's not
yeah,
amazing.
there we go. Yeah, he's looting more.
He doesn't have a lot of money though, so he will be forced to leave at some point soon. Lysate cell.
Lysate?
Actually take
Might
it.
as well.
Yeah.
Not gonna use that for crowdfunder anyways. There's a watch printer on host.
Is he going into that? I mean,
Yep. You got
Okay.
a couple. Which fair. I definitely wouldn't go all in. But
No.
getting a couple more is gonna accelerate your run even more, especially since he doesn't have the crowdfunder or Scorpion.
And Host is hitting the TP. Dude.
Yep. And Limu.
Then we will get the Rose Buckler here, which is really nice. Them both
I
having
do
3
hope-
is great.
I do hope Limu looks back at this run though and realizes that he does have so much damage potential that he didn't need to spend as much time and maybe learn from that for next race.
blazing brass contraption horde for host. It looks like that's kind of scared him off the TP a little bit.
The
He's trying
BBC.
to hope that the drones kind of take him out for him a little bit. If he gets smacked by one of these, it's not good. I mean, he does have Rose Bucklers and Opal, but you know.
Limu
Limu
found a
leave.
second ATG. I still don't think it's worth the 2
ATGs
minutes
do
he spent
not
on the
matter
stage.
here at all.
Well, with crowdfunder, it
I mean,
does a little
still
bit if he's
not
able to get the
compared.
money for it.
Not compared
But
to
yeah,
Poison and the
Yeah,
drone
no, all the
parts.
time he spent, not worth it.
Nope. Because, I mean, to utilize those ATGs well with crowdfunder, you need to get a little bit more money. That's more time on the moon
Yeah.
that you're sinking yourself into.
Looks like Limu's looking at the watches as well. He does have 1 white scrap. He'll probably just grab that and head to TP, I hope.
I hope.
We'll see, though. If Limu heads to TP right now and doesn't loot this stage, then
Hold
we
on.
still have a race.
Host doesn't have any drones left.
Oh, shoot. And
This
they're going
might
to be more
be
expensive now since
impactful.
he has to
Yeah.
rebuy them. And he only had
Yeah.
1, I think, that he could rebuy.
He had 2. No, he had 1,
He had
because
2?
1 was an equipment drone, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So only 1. So that's not great. That
We'll
means,
see.
I mean, I
Drone
don't know.
parts is kind of negligible almost at this point for host unless he gets more
Limu
drones.
is still getting stuff.
You get 2 more lysates. Okay.
Does he know where teleporter is? Maybe that's the problem.
There's a hoof printer.
Oh man,
Ooh. So hoof and watch all in
that takes too much
might
time
be
though.
able to propel him back. It is a lot of time. But if you get the hooves first, it's so many items though.
It's a
to
lot of
cycle through.
printing time.
Yeah.
He's looking at the drones. He needs to click the teleporter. I'm freaking out
Leave.
right now. I mean, even
Leave.
host is at like 40% on the teleporter here.
Yeah, host is playing it the way Limu should be playing it. Obviously, Limu got the better build setup since he does have, again, Scorpion crowdfunder.
He went away from the
But-
TP again. He's still trying to get drones before the teleporter, which is also, I think, kind of a mistake because if it's a grain parent, then
Yep.
it could just kind of screw him over a little bit more.
Yeah, all of them could be gone.
Yeah, host
But it's
almost
not.
dying.
He's-
Host
ooh,
losing
he lost
all of
his
his watches, all of his
Ah.
watches that he just
3 of them
printed.
gone. I don't think he saw the hoof printer either. He's probably going to see that now on his way over there. Unfortunate. Okay,
Mm,
Limu. Go.
it's time.
Please.
It's time.
Accelerate.
Honestly,
it's time.
if there's like another equipment drone or something, Limu getting the Gubo drone would be pretty good too.
Yeah. Duplicating for even more drone part usage.
Yeah.
He should be using crowdfunder here, Limu. Should just to finish off this boss fight as quick as possible. Not have
I
to
think
worry
he
about
kind of
anything.
wants
But
the money for
he's
more
still
stuff.
conserving money.
He
Yep.
wants that loot, that juicy loot for more
Goblining.
drones and stuff.
Yeah. It would make this go by so much quicker. More ATG procs. The Scorpion just melting
He is
them.
using it. He is using it.
There we go. Thank you, Limu. And Cran now on to stage 5 as well.
This is so close, dude.
What item did we get from the teleporter? It looks like an infusion.
Limu's putting his back to an other Lemurian, which kind of scares me, but it looks like Limu did lose at least one of his drones already, which is kind of not great. He is done with the bosses, though. Host is taking a lot of damage. He was taking like hits from those brass contraptions and stuff. Oh my god.
Limu's healing drone holding on for dear life.
Dude.
Here we go. Come on, Limu. You have the build. You got
He's got to
this.
stay in this teleporter. He's got to get some drones or something. I mean, maybe not even,
Ooh.
but like buy the ones that have been lost. He doesn't
Look
have
at
to go
Host.
very far from teleporter. I know Host is on the
Now
other side
doing
of
the
the map
same
right
thing
now.
as last run.
Yeah.
What we called him out for, he thought it was the right play instead of doing what Limu did now. I think this is a bad play, especially when this is for the win. Like, you have to get first here, and it looks like Host is even looking at director spawns while he's standing on the
He's
other side of
full
the stage,
coping
waiting
now,
for the
I think.
enemies to. Yep, he's going full Raymond Daniels.
He's not going to kill a single
Unfortunate.
enemy until he's done with the teleporting. He's only halfway through it. This
And
is
Limu
Limu's
passes him
time.
up now.
He's got to
Yep.
come back right now, dude.
Limu needs to not loot. He knows he has the damage. He melted the boss. He melted everything around the boss. This is it. Maybe if you see a couple more drones, go snag those, but Limu's looking good.
Oh my god.
Host not able to handle the teleporter as well.
Host did pull a lot of stuff away from the teleporter though, but there are just so many Shungite here.
Oh, he's
Sorry,
getting
Alpha Constructs.
the Alpha
My bad.
Constructs.
Yeah, there's just a lot. There's a glacial one right on the TP. Oh, because this is what happens. Oh no.
Yep.
This is what
This is why
happens
you
when
don't
you
cope.
cope. Yeah.
Yep.
Because if you do kill something, which something did
Ugh.
die, it just spawns something terrible because the director credits have built up a lot.
Yep. You have to
And
consistently kill even smaller enemies. Kill like an Alpha Construct here and there. But if you let the director build up enough credits, you're gonna get this.
yep.
And it's so rough to
And
deal
now-
with after that.
And
Now
now,
you're full cope.
yep. Now he really has to cope, like legitimately. So
Yep. Look at that host healing with his bite
Oh.
off of the rocks.
Limu actually did give the Gubo drone to an equipment drone, which
Hell
Gubo to an
yeah.
equipment drone, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want to see. The Gubo will
Nice.
duplicate itself and have a Gubo
The Gubo
drone that will
scaling.
have spare drone parts, which is fucking awesome. And it looks like he has no more money. He's getting out of here.
Leaving.
Let's see it, dude.
Get out of here.
Beautiful.
This is why crowdfunder usage was so good because it restricted him from buying more shit. and he
now-
was able to leave.
He just has to live through Mythrix.
Yep.
He has,
He could honestly
okay
play
amount of
passive
speed.
too.
yeah, he could. He doesn't really have to do much.
Nope.
We'll see how much money he earns for the crowdfunder. He was hovering over his green items, like at least the regen scrap. I hope he doesn't go to soup, but
He might, honestly. Like he has a double ATG, but he knows that he's not going to consistently.
oh, host.
rock him.
Oh, he
Host,
did
like, yeah.
get it. He might spawn in right next to the
Struggling.
Elder Lemurian though, up there. He spawned on
All
a
right.
alpha construct.
No death by host, thankfully. And again, chat, Accurate can pillar skip without any items with this loadout.
Correct.
So even more speed will make it extremely easy to pillar skip. So
Look
they
at
don't
how
really
many
have to worry about
drones
any of
Limu
that.
has. And look at how little money Host has. He can't even really buy drones. Oh boy.
Man.
So Host is gonna have to do something. He's probably gonna have to go all in watches and hose or something to have a chance here. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna
I
be
mean-
his only other option, I think. But I don't. Did he find the hoof printer?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I still like. I feel like he would have gone into it if he found it.
And look at that. Limu's drones for Drone Man already eating up a wisp. He
Yep.
already has a ton of money. He's just clearing a little
$700.
bit here. Just trying to earn some crowdfunder shots. And he doesn't really
I
have
think
to do much here.
he-
He should move forward though.
Yeah, getting those
Cran-
two perfected orbs. Look at that. Oh yeah,
Cran,
Cran
the
struggling too.
PSGs aren't carrying enough. He
Wait
needs
for
to
the
go all
recharge?
into speed.
Okay.
Oh yeah, all
Yeah,
that.
he definitely should have gone all into speed with all those PSGs.
Looks like Host is still doing. He did find the speed printer. It looks like he's gonna go into it here.
Okay, good. And I hope he does do the 50-50 watch hoof because at this point, oh, he's not. He's just getting enough speed to feel comfortable.
No drones. Not a single drone in
Mm.
his arsenal with spare drone parts. He's foregoing that whole advantage that he
That's
had.
rough. And he has $0 now, basically. So he's gonna have to
Crane's
leave.
scaring me.
What is this void cradle? Is that Tentabobble that Limu got? It is.
Which again is going to be huge for him because he has crowdfunder.
Crowdfunder.
Yeah.
Yep. He really won't. He shouldn't have an issue surviving the Mythrix fight. We'll see if he does, but he does
If
have
he
the
gets hit by
double
pizza,
Tentabobble crowdfunder.
he will die.
Yeah, it's pizza.
like
Pizza's the
and
equalizer.
He
always.
has been getting hit by pizza today, so I don't
Holy
want to.
shit.
Host is
There's an
doing it,
Aegis cauldron on the moon.
bro.
That's pretty dope.
The power.
I was doing what we think he should have done. Hopefully he doesn't lose these watches to this one little probe. Okay, he's gonna go back for more speed, it looks like.
He almost hit the ceiling there and took fall damage.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Limu on his way to pillar skipping. Super easy again. Just leap. Bank
Just leave.
off the walls to cancel your leap so you can leap again.
Don't hit the ceiling. Yeah,
And you're
thanks.
there.
All right, here we go. Limu just has to play it in a fine. He just has to be fine. That's all.
Just don't die.
Just don't die. Oh my
Don't pizza.
god.
Pray, chat.
I hope he doesn't overuse his crowdfunder here because he probably needs it more for phase 2 and phase 3 than phase 1, honestly. He is using a lot of money. He's going to use all of his money in
He
phase
should.
1.
I mean, at least
I hope he
the drone
stops.
parts will melt phase 2 enemies, but he probably
He's
should
still
just wait
using
for
it.
phase 2, 3
He's
for
still using
crowdfunder.
it. In all the invulnerability phases and everything, he needs to keep it for when he needs it for. He did turn it off.
Here we go. He laid
So,
off after he
yeah.
got the scorpion stacks. Kind of smart.
Ugh.
I'm happy with it. Didn't
But
waste too much money.
he needs to be able to use it for Tenta bubble stacks in phase 3 as well.
Yep.
In order to,
I will
get him
definitely
off.
help out.
Ooh, nice.
Good
Nice bait
damage. Look
there.
at that. Playing aggressive as well. Really trying to optimize his time.
That was a
Host has to
risky
deal with this
aggressive jump.
mending
Oh
elder in the
no.
teleporter.
He can't get by it.
Oh,
Oh no, don't try to go. Don't try to go.
no.
No. What the hell? Dude, that was the greediest thing I've ever seen. No, dude.
So this is
Even if
interesting
Limu
because yeah.
11 watches.
So
11 watches, dude.
more than half of his white items just
Why did he do that?
nullified. This is interesting because there was actually a conversation between all of the racers if we should remove the physical part of the teleporter prongs on stage 5 so enemies can't get stuck in there. And Host was one to really, really want to keep the physical trap kind of set up because he knows he can deal with it. But in this case, he literally just lost his entire run, all of his damage to the exact thing that he said he could overcome.
Well, here's
which
the thing.
is
Here's the thing.
insane.
He's poison acrid. So he can get through. He can get through the Mythrix fight in a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, poison's still good, but
so
literally half of his items nullified.
the right option in that situation would be either A, he's going for the Shrine of Order, by the way, I bet. Maybe not. I don't know. He's trying to do like a boost tech here with momentum. He didn't get it off though. Either A, slowly kill the Elder, or B, jump in to the teleporter at the very base. Do not jump into the prongs because like what happened with him, it boosted him up in the sky with the kind of trimping momentum. Limu's is jump in during pizza. Dude.
Pizza time. Come on, Limu.
It is, don't
survive.
Stop it.
He can afford a +5 now, which is good.
He can. I don't want to see it though.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't.
I don't want to see it with my eyes.
I want to say his secondary and his primary could phase 4 skip here. So maybe we can see that. Also, Crowdfunder.
He's getting really aggressive. It's good.
I've
He's
never
about
seen
to finish.
Crowdfunder phase 4 skip. I think he's just gonna play it safe. Oh,
he did it.
What was that? Was that a missile from a drone parts drone? What was that?
It was either Crowdfunder, it was like one bullet at the end, or it was drone parts. Or it was the puddle.
Puddle skip? I don't know. So the puddle skip would be interesting because it's not like a consistent damage source. Like it ticks every like couple bits. Good shit, Limu.
Oh man.
Ooh. Good run.
Oh, Cran. Oh, he got stuck in the teleport with the gup as well. Oh man.
He got out of it without losing his
he had no
Krender
money left. Oh, interesting.
I'll have to look back on that phase 4
skip.
skip.
We'll have to pay
tight.
attention to that one. Yeah. That was fucking sick.
Good shit, Limu.
Beautiful. Amazing. But dude, Limu actually coming back and stealing the fucking show today, dude. What a beautiful way to win as well. Really good run by him, like completely.
Very good.
Oh man. I'm all giddy, dude. That was awesome. I love it.
Yeah. And chat's saying that Krunder is hit scan, that's completely false. So
yeah. True. And it can skip phase 4 also.
Yep. So again, false. Anyways, Limu, amazing job. He still could have pushed this time a lot faster than it was. It could have easily been a sub 30, but Limu again doing a really good job. Finishing it off.
And we'll bring him in.
Clap.
Limu, buddy.
Hello.
Everyone clap for this man right now, dude.
Clap.
The actual winner of today's event. Congratulations, dude. What a beautiful way to end it off today. Really good run.
GG.
Okay, listen. You're going to watch this back, and you're going to hear me yelling at you the entire time.
We're going to shit talk you the whole time.
But listen, you got there. Stage 5, you played it really well. That was like really good point, but it was like stages 2 and 3 and like 4. I was yelling. Oh, host just died again. That is rough. I was yelling at you. I was like, leave. Get to the TP. But you did it.
Yeah,
You did it.
I didn't want to rush too much into it because I know Droman
Yeah.
doesn't scale too well if you rush too hard. So I kind of wanted a little bit of money to at least guarantee first my pillar skip, and second of all, just get a little bit of damage from my own, and get more drones if possible. Because I'm definitely losing drones in P3 if I don't have enough damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You played
Very
it really well. I
fair.
mean, the Scorpion with the crowdfunder. You
Yeah.
got the spare drone parts. You got speed. You had pretty much everything you wanted. Honestly, you had
You
like
got
a
a
few
couple
watches as
watches
well.
from the printer,
You
which you
had
didn't even really
Tentabobble, all
need,
the
but
Rucklers, like Rose Bucklers. It was really good, man.
see Cran struggling on the pillar skip right now.
Oh, let me pull up the stream. There you go.
Cran went in 10 PSGs on stage 2. Because
Yeah.
you know he loves
He
PSGs.
had more. He actually printed one away, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a PSG enjoyer.
Watch 11 watches broken from host. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
When you
Yeah.
see
You'll have
how
to look back at that.
he breaks
Yeah.
them, oh
Oh.
my, dude.
Been there, done that. Go all into watches and then you lose them. It's
That's
all
the
your
gamble.
damage. You feel
Yeah.
it instantly.
It's a big gamble.
I want to
Yeah.
remind everyone, okay, that out of all of the watches that have been ever picked up during the races, over 80% of them have been broken. Okay?
I think this is the
So,
fattest stack we've seen lost as well.
Oh, yeah.
11 watches.
there's,
Oh,
there is a majority chance that you will lose your watches, right? Because everyone tries to get really aggressive, get in there, do damage. It's tough. It's tough. And
yep.
obviously,
and
like
hosts not
we
finding... There you go.
are getting better. You know, the racers are
Yep.
starting to settle in with their strategy and stuff, but we still see +5s a lot. We still see lost watches. We still see people pushing themselves
Yep.
to be as aggressive as possible. I didn't even notice Crane had the crowdfunder as well, but look at
Yeah.
this, man. He has 3 Tentabobbles, and it's just stun locking Mythrix forever.
Cran's melting. He has the Scorpion as well. That I think he was the first one to find it. And hosts not finding either of those. Again, we were saying that like the whole race, the crowdfunder Scorpion is so strong, and
None of
this
them are
phase 2 is
Droman.
so rough for host.
They didn't pick the
Yeah.
key, did they?
No, we
Host gave
Host
away his
found
drone
a
parts
drone, man.
for
Oh, he got syringes.
Yeah.
Cauldron.
Huh.
Yeah, because
And
he didn't have
Cran
any drones by the time he came to
oh.
stage 6. And he was
And
like,
it was
okay.
Cran printed for the PSGs, printed away his key, and then
Yeah.
he tried to open the key box and wasn't able to.
Oh man.
It was...
Yeah.
I got the key from stage 1. It was basically in the same position as the Commander run last time, so I was like, oh, it's this
Yeah.
kind of game 4 again. But seeing the
Cran-
rest not having it was kind of like,
Chat,
oof.
Cran could win
second.
this loadout. Or says second, sorry. I mean, he could beat Host out of the
Mhm.
available people that are left.
Host on 2 deaths, still trying to get through phase 2, but Cran has Scorpion crowdfunder for this phase. And a lot of money to deal with it.
They're at the same points right now, by the way, chat.
And Cran
it's-
passed him up.
Yep, and Host as an extra +5. So, Hosts, okay, Crane just lost his watch. No big
Just
deal.
one, though.
He only had
Not
one.
11.
Yeah, not 11 of them in one stack. So, Host is kind of scaring me a little bit now, too, though. He might die from these wisps. He needs to get behind cover right now. Oh my god.
This is where the PSGs are actually helping Cran out a lot. He can tank those wisp shots and not really care at all because he has so much health.
It's so funny, but it's true, actually.
Like PSG stacking is honestly extremely fun. It's so strong. Let's hope they can survive pizza. That was one thing we were worried about Limu until Host unfortunately died with all those watches, is that if Limu was to +5 to pizza, it could have been a Host win, but
I printed extra
GG,
opals
Limu.
for that. I
Yeah,
got
I saw
3
that.
opals
Stage
before
4.
yeah, I saw the opal printer. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'll save one.
We're
Get
yelling at
3
you during that.
just in case.
And it's
That's fine, that's fine.
It's so terrible because Host is now at the whim of these wisps. He cannot really... He doesn't have enough speed to really, like, fully get away from them without doing, like, poison damage or anything. And they're just kind of controlling him. You think that he's leading him around, but it's the other way. Unfortunately.
Being pushed
Cran
away.
doing pizza. He kind of got scared of that pizza slice, which makes me feel like he's a little bit jumpy. He's a little bit
There's a
careful here.
bubble though to handle with this part at least.
Does he
Double
have
Tenta's
a
huge.
reliable... I mean,
Triple Tenta.
So, do you know how you phase 4 skipped, by the way, Limit?
No, I was wondering that myself. Do
Another
you get
plus
gold
5.
from
Yeah,
killing
another +5
plus phase 3 Mythrix?
What?
Because my
What'd you say?
Crunder was on, but I had no gold. I wasn't near it. I don't think I had poison on the ground. So unless I got gold from Mythrix and it activated just that moment to skip it,
Dude,
I have no idea.
hold on.
Yeah.
You know what the funniest thing just happened? Mythrix had 1 billion health, right? But he had the PSGs early on in the bar, so when Cran stole him,
Just
it just
chunked
went
him.
to half health Mythrix HP.
Nice.
So he got his items back really fast,
That's pretty cool.
which is so funny.
You'll have to watch back that clip. There was possibility that it was your poison puddle from your leap. It could have been maybe a drone parts missile traveling
That's
through
what I thought.
Mythrix
Yeah.
spawn. Maybe crowdfunder,
Which is
but I didn't see if
crazy.
it was active.
I had no money though, so unless you get gold from P3, I would
I'm
not
not
been
sure.
able to use the crowdfunder. It's
Maybe you could have gotten money from an ad that died from a drone right at the end. It's possible. I mean, I'll have to watch
maybe.
it back, but again, I don't know.
Yeah, we got a clip in chat for that too.
Yep.
Had no cash.
Host is still on phase 2.
Do we pull host out? He's really struggling on this phase. He'll struggle probably even more on the next phase since ads will also spawn, and it doesn't look like he can really deal with them too well.
In
But
the
we could also
past,
just let
Host
him play
has
it out.
been really resilient about wanting to beat the runs that have wronged him.
Yeah.
So I think we give him a bit.
Okay.
You can go in at some point after he finishes maybe phase 2 or something and tell him like if you want to concede you can, but
It's a pretty horrible
right.
feeling. I was in this exact position like 4 days ago.
yeah.
It happens to everyone,
Indeed.
unfortunately.
There are no true
We've
winners in
definitely
the
all been
gauntlet.
there. Nope. only
Except you
sad people.
today. Congrats, Limu. Huge.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I was able to pull it up after the first game.
I mean,
honestly, really
times on
solid
stage
listen,
one, I
runs.
was just like,
You
please.
you were scaring me, right? Because it starts right off the bat and it was 3 deaths and I'm like, "Oh no." Like
Instant mauled.
Yeah, no,
but listen, the hardest part about the gauntlet is not how much you know, how good you are. It's setting that mental straight and not getting tilted. So
I am
Yeah.
luckily very good at that. Tons of years of playing League of Legends does that to a person, I guess.
All right, let's
Rots the
bring Crane in
mind.
here as well. Huge. Hello, Cran.
Oh,
Yo.
hello.
Cranither. How was the run?
Other than all the cope on every TP, it was fine.
Well, congratulations. You beat host. You got in second
Yep.
place. You got listen, we're gonna have to talk about the elephant in the room at some point. The PSG prince.
Okay, look, I can't help it. I saw them and I went.
knew you were going to. I knew it right when I saw it.
Look, hear me out. I died stage 1. I saw them and I went, never again.
Secure not dying. Because
Say what you want. They actually did help phase 2 a bit. I think with getting
They were good.
slammed by the wisps.
Oh, I was purposely walking inside of the wisp shots to get the money.
Yeah,
Nice.
which was
nice.
really nice too.
Oh yeah. Did you have pennies then?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I got pennies on stage 5.
Nice.
Finally.
Hell
I didn't
yeah.
even notice he had pennies either. I just thought he was just gaming. Just getting in there, just being
Yeah, I
aggressive.
think it's his cran tuber's blocking the pennies, but it's in there somewhere. I'm sure.
Like,
Oh,
really
yeah, it's
good
right
job on
behind
that.
his big head.
Right,
Yes,
right behind
let
it.
me just what was it? Let me see.
Really good,
Where are
though.
these pennies? There you
And
go.
both of you pretty solid times. Host, unfortunately, was on extremely good pace, and you can see he has minus 11 watches.
Oh.
Plus
And
3
he did
plus
not-
5s.
Oh, yeah, there it is. He's going to
Plus
concede.
4.
Oh, he'll concede if he wants to, I guess. We'll let him do this.
Did he click it and it didn't work, or did he?
No, I think he hovered.
Okay.
Maybe.
Did he not find an equipment this one?
No, he
No.
didn't find the crowdfunder. He didn't find the scorpion. Cran, that key that you printed away was a drone man on stage 2.
That's
For
heartbreaking.
PSGs. Yeah.
Okay, no, you know what? The PSG saved my life so many times on stage 5 though.
Listen,
It was
no,
Yeah, that's cope.
listen. There
That's
was a
cope.
scrapper right next to the key as
Yeah.
well. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I crammed it though. I didn't look for the scrap at first. I just
True.
all in.
You actually craned it on the cran stage.
Foo.
Oh, host found
History repeats
Crunder. He
itself.
just gave it to a drone. I thought he found
Oh.
something.
Why?
By the way, the drones cannot use crowdfunder. By the way, so he just gave it
Yeah.
to have the drone.
To have a drone.
Oh my god.
How much attack speed does he have? He has 6?
Yeah, he went
Yeah,
into
he gave away
the
his
cauldrons.
drone man.
Imagine if we had a Kundo right now with 6 attack speed with ATG with Tentabobble.
Attack speed doesn't
Attack
affect
speed
crowdfunder
doesn't. Nope.
Oh, does it not?
Nope.
Nope.
Shame.
because it's not your skill.
Yeah.
Mhm. I always assumed it did because of
I was
predatory.
about
and
to
stuff.
ask, is that some new tech that I don't know
Yeah.
about?
No. I'm just silly. I assumed it did because of predatory and stuff because it procs predatory.
Pull him out?
Mm.
No, he's
he
almost
do
done,
crit?
chat. Let him have the satisfaction of beating a loadout that was rough to him.
Let's see
That's
if
the
he
thing.
pays 4 skips.
You wanna, with how much a loadout, like the past, 40, 50 minutes.
Nice.
Really good phase 4 skip too.
Primary, acrid, phase 4 skip. Good shit.
It's
What a
really hard to
menace.
do. So
What a gamer.
I've seen
The
him do it a
gamer
few
host.
times, so holy shit. He said it.
He's gaming, chat.
Like we said before, several times during the stream, there are like infinite ways to phase 4 skip. So you just gotta jump in there and figure it out, man.
Yep. That shit out.
You would be very surprised. We were surprised with Limus. Like we're still figuring them
Yep.
out. So
Oh, what did Limo skip with?
we don't know.
You don't know.
It's
Oh,
either
that's
a
a good
poison
one.
puddle, either I got money and my Crunder activated,
Or
or
a
a drone
drone
man
man.
shot through him.
Yeah.
I hope it's Drone Man. Drone Man sounds the most hype.
We think it's a
Chat's
puddle
saying
skip
puddle
though.
skip, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Chat's always wrong, so.
It
We'll
was
see, though.
very little damage from a puddle on its own, though. I'm surprised it actually allowed the skip.
Yeah, because you do need enough damage to, because sometimes you will do a small amount of damage, and it does technically activate the skip, in quotes, but he'll still do the item steal phase, because it wasn't enough damage to stun him. And so
I've actually
that can
never seen
happen.
that.
Yeah. It happens with Tesla sometimes and stuff, and
Happened
whatever.
a couple times to me already.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew about the mechanic, and hence why I was surprised if it was a poison puddle. I saw it dealt 27 damage when he spawned. So 27 damage was apparently enough to open up the window.
I mean, we'll see. Anyway, let's bring in host. Finish it off. Hello, Hostifer.
Yo.
Welcome in. I can't hear him.
Yeah, you can.
I can hear his keyboard.
Okay, there it is. So GG, the Acrid run was full of peril and misfortune, but you guys got through, and that was the last load of the day. And again, congrats on Limu for winning, dude.
First
Really well
ever
done today.
Loadout race win.
Huge. Actually, like,
GG.
very well
GG.
done today. You
Really
you
solid
played very
times
well.
all around.
Let's
Even though
actually
you
go
had
ahead and look at
the
it.
3 deaths initially.
Yeah.
I mean, you got in first place 3 times, and then second
Yep.
once. So
Why
completely
did you let
earned.
me go through that? What the hell?
Well, the last time you did one of those, you wanted to play back. So we're only here for like 3 minutes. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
And by the way, chat, give some claps to all 3 of these guys today. They played out of their minds, and it was very fun to watch all the way through. It was a fucking roller coaster, and it's not easy to come up here on the main stage in front of everybody and play in the event and
never.
stuff. Never is, right? It's crazy. So thank you guys for
Big
coming
shout
up
out to
and
Limu,
entertaining
the winner.
everybody.
Make sure you go follow all of these racers because they're all streamers on Twitch. You can look at their gamer tags on the screen right now. Go check them out. They're all very successful Eclipse 8 streamers.
Yep, they all
And they're
play
gamers.
Eclipse 8. So, as with any event, I have a lot of announcements to throw at you and all that kind of stuff. As always, if you want to know when the next loadout race is going to be, we let you know in Discord before the event starts. We send out an alert and an event schedule so that you know before time when to get here, how early, and etc. Who's going to play, all the good stuff. So exclamation point Discord for that. If you guys want to play with a similar mod that we made for the races, if you want to do some racing with your friends, go and check out the mod on the Thundersword. Just look up Risk of Resources and you should find us there. Fully customizable. You can play any difficulty you want. We've been seeing a lot of people say they don't want to play E8. Don't gotta. There's a lot of ways to do it. And if you want to take that mod and go to the speedrun.com gauntlet category, you can even compete for a world record spot using our custom gauntlet rules and everything. Something that I know a few of these guys have been doing lately. I know Cap, Wooly has, Host has a little bit. Some of the other
K.
guys, K is definitely on there. He has a world
Host.
record for Huntress. So Cabbage as well. It's really fun. You can compete against these guys specifically on the speedrun category stuff. And make sure to go check out our YouTube if you missed one of the last couple races or something, or maybe you want to start from the beginning and you want to see kind of how we've shaped these races the last couple of months, and as we've done them every single week. Check out the Risk of Resources YouTube, and we have full VODs on there being uploaded. So all the fun stuff. And as always, chat, thanks for hanging out during the event, and thanks for supporting the community here while we do some esports stuff.
Oh yeah.
Really
And one
appreciate
more really big
everybody.
announcement. For anyone out there that wants to maybe be involved in these events, we do have a new page on Risk of Resources that you can actually apply to be a racer. You do have to meet some criteria, but definitely go read the rules page on Risk of Resources. We definitely are looking for new racers all the time. And yeah, definitely go check out riskofresources.com/rules to see if you can apply.
Absolutely. And just send it. Even if you're kind of like on the fence, give it a shot. There's a lot of stuff to practice in this game though, and there's a lot of things to learn. And that's why these guys are up on stage doing their thing, because they spent so much time learning, doing their homework, practicing, and everything. So again, hats off to you guys. And that's it. We'll see you guys
Good
hopefully
race
next
today.
week when the next race hits. We'll let you know in Discord, and have a good night, everybody. GG.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
GG's.
GG, good night.
Peace.
GG Limu.